go.
everybody.
I go sing your song for you as they go. I know they do
Uh,
competition with anybody. If I offend you, forgive me. I didn't put that.
Now, please, an FBI go start their own release. Now, FBI now me they look forward.
all
Now,
right,
Mr.
all
Mayhew.
right, all right,
No,
people.
FBI will be this
Oh,
month.
oh, this month.
this
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Tinubu no see Tinubu no dey feel the rest. He blood pressure now because he's contemplating about FBI on 500 pages. He dey think about one day I go take catch that guy. He dey think about DAE. They pile up their own together. He dey think about. Do you know say some of the president, a friend that they call him for phone? Say, Tinubu, I just your honor or anyhow I want to address him. You say, Your Excellency, I just saw this thing on my. Is that true? I don't know what's happening. He'll say, in fact, he not go fit talk. He go say, make I'll talk to you later. I'm in a meeting because they call from left and right. Yes, it is a friend they
I
call him.
think leaders know these things happen. Most leaders are criminals themselves. Even when they are the best of them, they tend to be criminal minded. They are aware of the bends in the law. The problem is that they don't want to be associated with somebody that has been tainted publicly, and that is what they do. If you like someone like Tinubu now, because he's been tainted now, they will not want to associate with him. That's how they behave. Whenever it's like a wounded animal, they don't go near you. All the other leaders will back off from you. It's not because they are any better. They too are very, very
Of
cunning
course.
and duplicitous like they are. Leaders are like that. It's just that our leaders have a special aspect to this where they are also subservient to other groups. Leaders generally are cunning. They try to mislead their people by and large, but they also deliver for their people. Our leaders are not delivering for us. And that's why I went back to what I said earlier on. That why is it that the Northerners feel so like they don't have any choice, that they have to always beg other people? And when the conversation we were having this weekend, what that revealed was that it's because we distrust each other in Nigeria so much, and they fear the South so much that they're willing to put up with those their useless leaders. That why would they turn on their leaders when they know full well that look at Niger is not doing very well. Look at Mali is not doing very well. All the northern parts of the Sahel region, they are not doing very well. So in the context of Nigeria, they are getting a lot of resources from the South. And because of this fear, and the South is highly educated and developed before the Europeans, because of this fear, they didn't want to join Nigeria. And then the people convinced them to join Nigeria, that everything was going to be okay. They're going to make them leaders and all that stuff. Okay, they say, okay, as long as we are running a democracy, and they argued for confederacy too, that as long as these Southerners are not just going to come and swallow us. Then what happened with the Okaku? The Okaku completely, Nzoguku, completely destroyed everything about that thing. And since then, the people have supported their elites to hold on to that power, because that's the only thing they really have. And you can see that is the reason why when the leader tell them do one thing, they do it because they don't have any choice. Until that fear goes away, they are still going to be backing their leader. This is why you don't see them rioting against their leaders in the north. And we in the south also assuage that fear. Because when this was the northerner that told me this, that he didn't say the fear, he just gave us, he just said the northerners are more beholden to their leaders. But when we start discussing deeply about it, it turns out that the reason why was because they don't have much of a choice. What else are they going to do? If they turn on their leaders, the southerners will just dominate the country completely.
They can't turn on their leaders now. The way to do it is, the more they are embracing, that's why they are getting education, they will now from internally and revolt against their leader, and then take it over. The South won't be on the way for them. But it is because they don't keep them educated. They don't keep them educated, so they know that's why they are doing it. Because without, educated person is easy to lead, but very hard to enslave. When somebody is educated, you can easily lead the person because he follows you. He knows where we are going, but you can't enslave him. So that is the problem the North is having. And
I think you see, that is a misunderstanding. It goes beyond education. I think this is real for them. It is actually real. They are not stupid. The reason why they are doing it is because they fear the South, because they don't see any reason why they should turn on their leadership that has technically provided them wealth in terms of reassuring them. Because when Nigeria was about to break up, they
They're
secured
not
Nigeria back
Naija,
and gave them a
they're
lot
not
of
Naija,
wealth.
providing them wealth. Oh.
let me tell you
No, no,
this.
they're not
You
providing
see,
the wealth.
CM, Oga
No, no,
CM,
no.
wait.
To them, they are getting more development than Niger, aren't they? And
No,
if
see,
they broke, if Biafra succeeded, Biafra would have cut them away from the south and from a lot of wealth.
true
So their
Naija,
leaders that restored that
true
are the ones
Naija,
that are going to be beholden to.
true Naija.
Go ahead.
Let me tell you one thing. An average Hausa man, Fulani Hausa man, is not afraid. The reason why this trajectory was thrown out was because of the level, as Southern has said, the level of education they had then. But we have not been able to analyze the statistics how it is now and how far they have gone. But because of the greed of the leadership of the North, they are still selling that trajectory of being afraid of the South. And that is a red flag. Because the ordinary Ansam Fulani man is not afraid because he is speaking one Nigeria. But the leaders in the North are putting into them fear that these people over there, they are this. Okay, now, for instance, can you see the synergy between the average Hausa man in Lagos, the way they mix up? Come and see the synergy in Benin, the way we mix up with them, the way we like them. But because of this leadership problem that is coming from the North, that is selling bad ideas into them. Look, let us think about it. These people are free thinkers. They are good people to live with. But the problem they have is the leadership in the North. Because the South already, they cannot put into us anything like we are zombie for us not to be able to analyze a leader and tell us ourselves that, oh, that leader is good, is not good. No, they can't do that to us. That is why we find our way into them, we love them, we accepted them. It is just the leadership in the North that is the problem of the North, not the people.
I think that the fact that you realize the fear that the northern leaders use is real. That's a problem. And when you hear some southerners talk about northerners, they are confirming it too. That is the problem, that whenever they come to some of all these channels and hear southerners refer to them, you are reinforcing the reason why they back their leaders, because we forget history has happened. These people, Amadu Bello said it himself, these people are worried about the South in terms of the dominance the South represents, and not to mention the wealth that they can gain from the South. So when Biafra happened, Biafra threatened to cut them off completely from that wealth. Their leaders restored it. So now, if they turn on their leaders, what is the guarantee that the South is not going to try to institute the same thing again? Or let's say they not even try to break away, they go and start trying to dominate them again. So all the sort of things, you have to assuage all these fears before you can reach common ground with them, and you are going to find that they are far more active in terms of, when, according to the northern, I said, if those people turn their mind and they really want to go after their leaders, compared to the South, they will be like nothing. That they will turn and go after their leaders. And when he said that, that's when he occurred to me that and then I asked him, why are they not turning on their leaders? They will start exploring the reasons why. And it comes down to, for me anyway, it comes down to some of all these fears that they have. That why would they turn on their leaders when the South is going to turn on them at the same time?
But why can't they hold their leaders responsible for their backwardness? Let's leave this out at now. Say, for instance, even if let's forget about build industries for them, get them employed. Even in they are those they are leaders. The children of their leaders are the ones that are exposed to Western education, educate them, bring them, put them in office. The children of the poor, they live them that way. Unlike in the South, when you see a rich man in the South, you go to a village, maybe institute a scholarship for, even if it's for 3 or 4 people. I mean, it's everywhere in the South, not just everywhere. The whole South, East, South, South, everybody does it. Just somebody working in an oil company, maybe making some thousands of naira or millions, you will see him go to the village, take 3, 4 boys, issue a scholarship, something, send people abroad to study everything. Why can't they not do it for themselves? Forget about, because we the South, we can't go and stop them from doing it. When you hear that something like all these, they are big, big men, That when you go to the north, you see them vast agricultural land, they are cultivating it, give their people job. We won't stop that. That will help us. But the thing is, they won't do it. They will always tell them a story
They are
so
doing
that
some
they
things
can
for them, you
look
know. They
them
said
as
that
their savior.
power supply doesn't fail that much in the north.
But it's
Their
not
road
us.
network is better. That's what people keep saying. So they compare. See, you have to
Exactly.
look at it from their point of
Ask
view.
yourself that
Let,
question:
let,
where is the power coming
It's
from? Is it from the
let,
national grid
it's
or from the state?
let me
it's
explain
because
this to
of
you.
federal government.
See, hold on. See, one of the things I noticed with China is that the reason why you don't see a lot of protests in China is because generally the economy seems to be improving, or their lifestyle compared to what they were before. See, they seem to be doing better. And some people think that there are no protests in China or people don't disagree with the government. If you go to China, more than the West, you will see cars stuck in the middle of the road. The reason why those cars are stuck in the middle of the road is because the people that own those properties refuse to sell the land to the government. This is the so-called dictator of China that we keep talking about. They refuse to sell the property to the government. The government then have to build the house around, build the road around their houses. There are many in China like that. So why are the people not rebelling as people would like to this is expect? Because they see some improvement. And I think that same trend happens in the north compared to what they would have been in. To them, this is progress, better than Niger, better than Mali, better than Burkina Faso, and they have a lot of resources in Nigeria that they can tap into. They have access to the sea that the Nigerians, the Malians, and all the other don't have access to. So all those things, when they think about it, and then they look at the South, how the Southerners are treating them or talking about them, undermine, talking about them in such derogative terms, and they look at their leaders that are not performing. They will say, which one should we choose? They will choose the less of both evils.
But the thing
That's
is
what it
that
seems to be
in
happening
that
to
case,
me.
to them, the people, they may appear good or be good. But the thing is that they also follow the rhetorics of their leader. Then they understand that their leader believe in subjugating them in the north so that they can get upper hand to come to the federal or come to the center. So what I'm saying is, to them, they know, to those of them, they know that they are a bit backwards, or let me just put it that way, in whatever way. What I want them to do is to insist on their leader doing more for them. Because all these things is still, maybe, I don't think they are really doing, they are not doing much. What is happening in the South, maybe because in the South, because of our exposure, you can rarely find a community that you can see somebody who is talking of developing the community, even if it's on a smaller scale, anywhere in the South. But their own in the North is that their leader will always feed them with wrong information about Nigeria. You see, this hatred is sometimes it's not really the people. It's not
But
really
is it
the
wrong
Nigerians.
information? You
Yeah,
keep saying it's wrong information. They are not stupid. You have to, if you don't learn to put yourself in their shoes, you are not necessarily.
no,
I don't think any part of Nigeria is stupid.
no,
We
no,
are
no,
all
no, no,
reacting
no.
to according to
What
our
I'm
fears and
what
suspicions.
what I'm saying the wrong information is that their leaders always like to let them know. Do you know that they tell them that Western education is not the best for them? That is Islamic. Why the person saying it, the children or the relations or the things are having it and then coming to be over them. It's just that feudal nature. If they topple it, I don't think the South really has anything to hold them back. It is in their interest for them. To be
See,
honest with you, it is in the
it's not
interest of even the
education. You are
South.
missing it. It's not education. I keep telling you, these people they are educated in their own way. That's why they use Arabic kind of education. They are educated in their own way. What the person said was that the way they look at it is that is one is part of their culture. They have a feudal culture, like in the Sahel region. That is not only in Nigeria. They have it. Most of them, that feudal culture is there. But that it's not like they don't turn on their leaders. That they can, because I asked him why is it that they don't turn on their leaders. But if you can see it in Mali, you can see it in Burkina Faso, you can see it in other countries, and that is how you start getting to the core of why it's not happening in Nigeria. Something is preventing them from doing it in Nigeria, but it happens in other Islamic countries. They turn on their leaders in other Islamic countries. So something else is going on in Nigeria that is making them stay put. And I think it comes down to the dynamics of their relationship with other parts of Nigeria and the wealth that they've enjoyed comparatively to their next door neighbors.
You see,
You have to ask
well,
critical questions to get to the
Junaja,
core of
well,
things.
Junaja,
well, well,
Junaja.
if they
You
if they feel
hold on, Mr. CM. Junaja, You have to open your mind now, because if you don't open your mind, we are not going to find out the main cause. But you got to open up your mind to accept some kind of reasoning from any other person. Now, I am saying categorically clear, the reason why they are afraid of us, not that they don't know the people here. Another question is, why is it that they are always banking on their leadership and not themselves? Now, the leadership of the North comes to the South, get wealth, goes to the North. Instead of establishing it, what they do, they give them money in their hands. But when those Northern, those youthful ones come to the South, they make wealth, they go back home and build home. Their own parents, they take care of their family. Why is it that the Northern leaders
Your
are
audio is
not
going in
making
and
it?
out. I don't know why that is. Like sometimes it goes in. Is there a fan blowing or something?
Why are you hearing me now?
Yeah, I can
Yes,
hear you.
yes.
Why is it that the Northern, because everything that I'm saying now bounds to the leadership of the North. It is not that the people are afraid of us, because they mix up, but the people dependents are solely on the leadership to give them food, to give them water and everything. That is why they cannot go against them, because of the system they carve out from their religion. So, but if you can break that part and make
But
the
I
people
just but I just gave
self-subsistent.
you a reason that is not a valid enough reason for it. It's
No,
not
no,
because
it
of
looks
their
it looks not
religion.
valid, because
It's
you know
because
why
it
it's not
happens in
valid,
other
Amos.
other Muslim countries too. You have to do deductive reasoning here.
No,
How can
Nigeria
you say
takes
the same
no,
quality
no, 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 no,
is
no.
responsible for
Every
it
country,
when
let
it's
me tell
happening
you
in
one
other
thing.
countries?
Let me tell you one thing. Every country in the Sahel has a peculiar problem. And the problem is that how the leadership impact things into them. But the impartation of leadership in Nigeria into the northern enclave is more or less that you have to depend on me to survive. That is why they cannot rise up
But
on their own.
the reason why you said that is because of a specific type of culture that is present in all these nations. If the same culture is present in all these nations, then why is it manifesting differently in Nigeria?
Okay, you in the northern part, like northern Sahel of Africa now, you see that those people, one, that is why I say we are in a peculiar situation. Those ones, they're predominantly they are Muslims. But on our side, we are divided into two. Now, we have mixed together, we have married, we have had children together. Now, the narrative, because the leadership of Nigeria, they are selfish. They are not looking at the people that build the nation. Rather, they are looking at themselves, that they will build the nation. Now, what is the impact of the northern leadership? Because they have a vital role to play. Are they impacting self-sufficiency into the people, or are they putting themselves as Lord over the people? One, no matter how your religiosity is, you should be able to tell them they can survive. You bring a template to them. That is why sometimes I'm happy this railway system is good, so that it can cut across the north and to the south. It's going to help economically and build the economy of the north. That is what we'll be preaching. If the economy of the north is good, the people will no longer look at it like that. Their mindset will
Yeah,
begin to
but
change. But that is what the
the point was
leadership are
that
refusing.
what is unique in Nigeria that is not present there. I'm telling you that the reason why most of the other countries are not, they don't have access to the sea. One, they don't have other, like you actually acknowledge that part of it, that they don't have another major population in the southern region that is also possibly going to kind of take control of their territories, and they don't have a lot of wealth. If you look at it
No,
in
and
Sahel,
they have one. We have multiple language. They have single language. One, they have two, three.
No, they have more than that actually. No, West
If
Africa
you
they
look
have
at them,
23
it's French.
languages.
French is their main language,
No,
and
we have
majority of them
English as
are
our main
Muslims.
language too. Let me
Ma-
finish
ma-
my
ma-
point. You
Majority
have
of them are
Sudan.
Muslim. That's
You
another
have
fact too.
Sudan that has rebelled against their leaders. You have Mali. You have Burkina Faso. They all do. The reason is not because it's a kind of feudal culture. Is the only reason they can oppose their leaders. You heard about the Arab Spring too. They can oppose their leaders. The problem in the context of Nigeria, why do you don't? It's like, is that not weird that you rarely see them come out opposing their leaders in Nigeria? Is that not strange to anybody? The reason, what is binding them to their leaders that makes them, that is even if it's impoverishing them to an extent, they feel that better those their leaders than the Southerners. That is what is binding them there. That fear is what is binding them there. And if you don't assuage those fears, you can't deal with that problem. Watch it. If you assuage those fears, the Southerners start relating to them, talking to them, having common ground with them. You will see that they will be the ones championing the revolution. That's what you're going to see. Because if you look at it, there's no other explanation for it. And it makes sense. They've said it themselves. Ahmadu Bello has highlighted the same fear. They literally didn't want to join Nigeria because of the same fear.
But you're forgetting one thing that you're not emphasizing on, and everybody try to throw it away: religion.
But like I said, do deductive
You have
reasoning.
you have
Religion is,
you have two types.
hold on,
Wait,
Black
hold
Panther.
on now.
Religion is present in the Sahel. The same religion is
Yes,
present there.
yes, 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 yes. Let me tell you one thing. You remember, it's religion. You have in Nigeria presently. You have, like you have in the South. You have the Jehovah Witness. You have the Pentecostal. You have but we are not fighting physically among each other. Now in the North, you have the Sunnis. You have the two other, about 3 or 4 in the North, and they are using this as a yardstick. Look, we should know that these are politicians. They are they are evil. These Nigerian politicians, if you know that, they are
Black
very,
Panther,
very evil.
You know why they say deductive reasoning? When somebody deducts, you remove it. That's what it means. You minus it from the equation. If you have a problem and you see something that is present in all of them, but some of them are manifesting, and one of them is manifesting a different behavior, because the stuff is present in the other ones, you remove that one because that different behavior is not created by that quality that you are trying to measure, because it's present
Yeah.
in all of them. You remove it. If you say it's religion is present in all the countries, and yet the other ones still exhibit rebellion to their leaders. So it clearly is not religion. You take that one out. If you say it's a cultural thing, oh, the culture is present in the other religion, you deduct it until what is left. The one that is left is the truth. That's what is creating the unique situation.
But
That's what deductive reasoning means.
but their fear of the South, to
See,
be honest with you,
see,
is not
I know deductive
is
reasoning,
unfounded.
but
One more.
okay.
Their fear of the South is unfounded. Because they power. They control the levers, the indices of power in Nigeria. So what are you fearing? You've been holding power since. Okay, look at the long years of military rule, mainly from the north. Now look at Buhari coming in all these civilians. So when they are start fearing, you are the people controlling the power. So that power should have given you the leverage you need to even allay the fear on you. The people you are controlling, you are holding down. Let's say you are hold like the South, you controlled it and everything. How then can you still be fearing them? Their leader is just using them as politics, just like to gain power, and then to sow that fear into them that look, if we leave this, I think, have we forgotten what Nnamdi
Simple.
said? Was he here? So
You
because
see what they are doing. You see, even in chat, you
they
can
hold the
tell
power.
this is exactly what creates the problem we face in Nigeria. We keep pretending as if this thing is not real. It is real.
It is not
And
even whether
if you look at the chat, some of the things they are saying and some of the things we are
they
saying, that is what is
they hold
creating
the
the
power.
dynamics you have in Nigeria.
No, 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 not what
What
we are
create
saying. Not that. It's the leadership. Don't
they
put it to the people.
hold
It's the leadership.
the power
The
and
leadership,
they
yeah,
control the
it's
power.
true,
They
it's the
hold the
leadership,
power.
but the way the people talk
Yes.
about each other is reinforcing it. The
Do you
leader
know?
lead, then we
They
reinforce it because
Do you know the power of information? You
remember
know, there's
remember
greater
they
power
also
in information.
whatever you think they do to us, whatever you think we do to them in terms of talking about them, they talk about us like that too. The fact that you
Yeah,
will
but
sit
that's the
and argue.
divisive
No, no,
talking.
I'm
Then
coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm
isn't
coming.
that what is creating the
When you
dynamics?
you
You are muted now. That is what is creating the dynamics. That means that
sorry.
both sides are reinforcing their leadership. That is why the Southerners
So,
don't throw out their bad leadership. That's why the Northerners don't throw out their bad leadership. Everybody
see,
wants to stay in their own
so
silos
mm, the
and
point I'm
complain.
trying to sorry the point I'm trying whether I'm coming out the point I'm trying to make is this. mm, Whatever they think we say about them, they also say so about us. So it's even because when you say because you're a Muslim, you don't want a Christian to rule you. You're already telling the Christian he doesn't belong, that you want to be holding power. Okay, if all the way you do it the way you like and you are holding the power, and you are still coming out to say that it's because you are afraid of what these people from the south will say, but you are holding the power and whatever you think they say about you, you say
You
same thing
see what
about them. So they
Chooks
can come.
said. Look at what Chachuk said. He said because they are the other countries that they I'm talking about, they have majority Muslims. That is true. That is, it tells you that the fifty
Is that
percent.
not what I told you?
Yeah. Hold on, that is true. But what you are missing to explain is that 50% Christian you have. What effect is it having on them? That is what
See,
what is
see.
having on them is that
Let,
it's
let, let,
reinforcing
let,
in
let,
them
let, let, let
that
me tell you
they
something
have to
now.
trust their leadership. They
Let's
don't
go
have a
to Turkey.
choice.
Let's go to Turkey now. Let's go to Turkey. You know, Turkey was a little bit like Christian domination before it shifted to the other side. Now, in Turkey, the Muslim do not oppress the Christian the way we are reasoning right here in Nigeria. They don't have that thing to oppress the Christian. If you have gone to Turkey, you will see the way they flow. But the
Yes.
reason of what we have here is that you are being taught to hate your own brother. And the question now comes, if we are living together and you are afraid of me and I'm afraid of you, I'm not afraid of you. I want things to be fair from my side. And you say, no, I'm afraid of you. I don't want things to be fair. Does that not tell us that we are not together?
No, what it tells us is that we are not listening to each other. That's
No,
what it
no, no,
tells
no,
us.
no.
We refuse to
That
listen.
is
We just
more or less
pretend as
like
if we are listening. I had that
that
conversation
is
with a
not a good
northerner.
reason.
See,
No, no, don't look at if you
okay,
want to have
remain
a
divided now.
talk with
That's going to no
not
remain divided.
see,
That's going to help you
no,
develop.
no.
Carry
I
on.
want to advise you. If you want to have a talk with the northerner, you have to go down there. I've traveled length and breadth up to Meduguri. I know the love they showed me. You have to go there and mix and talk with the people. Don't go and meet some people that are closer to the elite. No, 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 no. Those are people that are sending information down. Go closer to the average,
You don't know
and
what
see your
I've
man.
just told you that
He
I
will tell
spoke.
you that. He
See,
will
just
tell you
because you
point
go there
blank.
doesn't mean that you speak you in terms of you actually explore what is behind the reason why they are doing what they are doing. And from what I've seen, even in other countries where you have one side they are jostling against each other, is the same behavior you see. People would rather settle for what they know than settle for the one that wants to from the outside that wants to oppress them. That's what they do.
Let me tell you this point blank now. If we have a certain leader and the certain leader is oppressing the North, we, the South, will go against him.
No, you won't.
We will go against him. Look, that's what you are.
No, you
Look,
won't.
that is the mentality
We,
of the South because of the level of
when they,
education.
do you know,
See,
for
when
instance, for instance,
Nzogu did what he did,
This
for
has
instance,
hold on
don't
now.
go
When
back to
Nzogu did what
Izogu.
no, don't
Izogu says
because
don't
that's the
pass,
only
don't
example we
pass.
have. So stop making stuff up. History doesn't suggest what you are saying. I don't know why we just say stuff and not with no basis to back it up, and we just
We make
expect
no, no.
our opinion to
If you are
because
going to
it's a
history, you
stereotype
make
we've
as
created.
reference, little reference.
The reference we have so far, the only reference we have when
You
the
don't
Southerner
stand
was in
on
power,
history.
I'm trying to give you something that happened recently. The only reference we have of a Southerner being in power was the same behavior where they don't hold their own people accountable. They don't. What are we talking about here?
How?
And I'm
How?
not. It's not like
What are
I'm
you
blaming
saying?
them.
see,
No,
It's
no, no, no,
human
no, no, no.
nature.
Don't say that.
see,
Hey, hey, hey,
see,
hey. Tunaja,
see,
beg. Tunaja, hold on, hold on. Don't throw history. Don't maneuver history like that,
Did
please.
he not take
Don't
Northerners to get
maneuver
rid of
history like that.
admin Rosie?
Don't
Did he
maneuver
not take
history. I
Northerners
beg.
to get upset
I
about
beg.
the fact that
Tunaja, don't maneuver history.
plotted the coup?
We all know the history of South very well than what you are
Yeah,
saying.
we go after our bad
How
leaders
can you
seriously.
say? How can you say we are not? We are not. We are not judging our own
Zogalo is
people.
still there. Orji Zogalo is still there, being elected every
What are you
single time.
saying? What are you saying? Do you know the
What are
amount
you
of
going about?
steps? Okay, okay,
Look at
okay.
Wike.
Hold on. Let us
As a big thief as he is, he's even one of the
see.
best in the south.
CM,
Look at this.
Good evening, no, good evening.
Tunaja, hold on. You have made your point. Hold on. You have made your point.
Was it a Southerner that got Tinubu to be revealed
hold on.
in
You have made your
Chicago
point.
right now? It wasn't a
Your
Southerner. It
point.
was a Northerner that had to do that.
Tunaja,
Let's
don't
stop
come
all
on.
this stuff.
Tunaja, let me speak something. Let me speak. I beg.
Okay.
Don't come under the premises of the South is not doing this. The North is not doing this. That's why the North is helping them to do it. Don't even go there.
No,
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know what you're talking about.
I beg again.
Don't go there, Tunaja, please.
Black Panther, may I come in? I beg.
I don't even understand what he's saying.
Because I know the trajectory you are playing now.
Hello, Black Panther.
No, the trajectory I'm playing is very simple.
It's not simple. You are playing. You are mixing it up. You are mixing it up. You are mixing history up. You are mixing
why are you
history up.
just interrupting me? Let's one person talk at a time.
Please?
I will let you come in immediately. It's 15 seconds. If you don't assuage the fears of the North and find common grounds with them, our problem will remain.
We have found common ground with them. We have made peace with them. Is the South chastising them? That's the first question you should ask yourself.
Look at the chat. Whenever you say something stereotypical about them, the chat agrees.
Why are you standing under that premises of the North?
Because we are biased against them. Whenever we say anything bad about the Northerners, you see them. Bernice Patterson, Amaka, all of them. They start supporting it.
Nobody is saying anything bad about them. Nobody is saying anything bad about them.
So you see it for yourself.
Forget, we are talking here. They are hearing us. We are not me. I've gone to the North. They love me. I went to the North in the midnight, 10 o'clock.
You use stereotypes.
They love me. I'm telling you what I've seen. Don't listen to people. I'm telling you what I see. Not what you are hearing.
Black Panther will not let anything go.
You cannot be selling a trajectory, letting us to hate the North. That is wrong.
Who is saying that we should hate the North? Where did I come say we should hate the North? I say we should find common ground.
Go and look at the chat. Go and look at the chat. What they are saying.
You are making stuff up now. Please, Chris, go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. It's been a while, but before I talk anything, may I wish our able Nigeria Watch a very happy birthday and happy belated birthday, and I wish him many more prosperous return. The Lord will continue to bless him.
I even forgot to wish him happy birthday.
The Lord will continue to bless him, give him strength. He will soar like an eagle. He will mount up wings and never get tired like he has been doing. But it's been a very interesting conversation. To Niger, I want to agree with you completely in one aspect, and that aspect is that there is a fear in the North that is making them, amongst the populace, that is making them behave the way they behave. However, that fear is not caused by people in the South. That fear is caused by the leadership in the North. They use lies and half-truths to deceive the people in the North, to make them feel that it is the people in the South that are their enemies. So that is the origin of that fear. The fear is the reason why, just like you said, the common people in the North, they will prefer to stick with their leaders, irrespective of what their leaders are doing. But the truth is that it's a calculated attempt by these leaders to make the followership believe that their problems are the problem emanating from the common people in the South also. So because of this, these commoners in the North, they prefer to stick to their leaders instead of going against their leaders, because their leaders in the North have so brainwashed them to make them believe that their problem are the people from the South. That is simply what's happening. There is no other alternative explanation to it. The people from the South or from other parts of the country, they are not the problem. of the people in the north. They are not the reason why the people in the north are not speaking up against their leaders. It is the leadership in the north that has been able to twist the mind of the people in the north because of one thing, that lack of education in any way you look at it. Even the Arabic education you are referring to, can't you see the trick the leadership in the north is using? They say Sharia law and all those other mundane ideologies to the common people in the north, whereas they, the leaders, they do exactly the opposite. The
Mhm.
leaders send their children to the UK, to the West, and everywhere to go to school to acquire the best of education. But yet they tell the people, the commoners in the north, that it doesn't really matter. The leaders will ensure that their girl child gets the best of education before they get married. But if it comes to the commoners, it's okay. They should, after
Mm.
their first menstruation, the second menstruation should be in their husband's house. Those are the narratives that they are using to brainwash these people. And they have deliberately kept education away from the commoners in the north. Just like Black Panther said.
But hold on.
And tonight, let me
I agree
land,
with
and you've been
you.
talking. Just
Okay,
like
but
Black
we
Panther
allow
said.
people to interject. You can't just go on
Okay,
for.
okay, continue. Okay,
Yeah, so
I'll hold on.
the idea behind it is that if you look at the events, it's not only about what their leader is saying, it's about events and about how we respond to them.
Now, see,
Sometimes
tonight,
the way
if you want to
we
talk
talk
about
about
how
them
we
is not very
respond to them,
sensitive.
if you want to
Yeah.
talk about how we respond to them, they also respond. If you go to the
And
social media spaces, they also respond to the people in the south like that.
exactly.
But
So that it's
yes,
divide
see,
and rule
it is a
tactics.
two-way to
Then
know. The
hold on, let me just
difference
add
is that
30 seconds, 15 seconds. See, let me just add one extra. Then every year, every 5 or 6 years or so, you have another resurgence of the Biafra movement that reminds them of the past. Of every they keep reinforcing the division over and over again. Instead of us to be bridging the gap, we are reinforcing the division. And we
Do
no,
you
wonder why
know,
they're
Tunaja,
not
can I
operating
Tunaja,
against their
interject? Can I
leaders.
you
interject?
can't blame. No, no, no. You can't blame the people of the south for that at all, at all. This
That is
division you are
divide and
talking
rule
about.
tactics that is working
Listen
effectively.
to
If you want to
Naija.
break
These
it, you
people,
have to break the pattern.
if any person has to be afraid, it has to be the people from the south. Because the Northerners, they have the power, they have the system of, they have the quota system, they have the civil service, they have the army, they have everything in their favor. And still, you say it is the people in the south just because of
They
what people
had
are
those
writing on
things
social
because
media that is
it
making them to
triggered.
be
They
afraid.
had those things
See,
because
No,
of
see,
the
see.
civil
Can
no,
I
war.
it is
interject?
a
Can I
political
interject?
thing.
That thing was gotten because of what happened in the civil war,
Can
Listen,
I
and they don't want
interject?
it
they should
anymore. They
hold
don't want that
they
to
Can I
should
happen
hold their
again.
interject?
leaders responsible. Okay,
Can I
tell me, how
interject to
can
two
you tell me
Niger issue?
the number of people enrolling in Zamfara State with gold? What did Matawale do to his people? Look at the last strike. How many people enrolled from the whole
God
of
bless you,
Zamfara
sir.
State?
God bless you.
How
Can
many
I
people
interject?
enrolled? The people that enrolled for WAEC in Zamfara State, they are not even up to the number of
Up to
people enrolling in
Yeah,
10%.
but
one
most
It's
of
state.
the
up to
see,
10%.
just because they are not educated doesn't mean they are stupid. Education is just
See,
another level of
Two
intelligence, but
Niger,
they are not stupid.
Two Naija, let me tell you,
I don't know why
it's
people keep, see this kind of stereotype people
narrative.
use that
Listen,
makes them, that annoys them even more.
let
You
me
keep
tell
worrying
you,
about
this kind of
stereotyping them instead of
narrative,
you to actually
this the
assuage
kind,
their fears.
this the
You're
kind
busy
of
stereotyping
narrative
them.
that the
can
leadership in the
gentlemen,
north is the
please
kind of
let
narrative they are using to hold the people down.
No,
That
you are doing
if
it
they are
for
not,
them.
if
You
you are
are
not educated,
stereotyping them.
listen, is with that kind of education, will it give you the technology to develop mobile phone, or to the
I've
kind
been
of
on
education? Will
panels
it
where
take you
a
to the
northerner.
moon?
I've been
two
on panels where
wait,
Will it
wait,
take you
northerner will
to the
come
two
in
moon?
and they are
That
not
kind
happy
of
the way we talk
let
education
about
makes
somebody
them.
you.
speak. Two
We are
Niger, hold
talking
on
about
now.
digital education. This is
Two Niger,
exactly the
hold
narrative
on, hold
local
on.
leaders are
Stop,
using.
stop
Let
treating them like
CM speak.
idiots. You have to
No
treat
one
Tunaja,
is
each. You
hold
have
treating
to
them
on.
treat each
like
other like mature
idiots. We are
people.
talking about
Chris,
contemporary education.
Brother Chris, hold on. Let CM speak.
It
CM,
is even them that are treating us like. Let me say, yeah, thank you very much. It is even the North that is treating the South. When I say South, let me just say South is like idiots. Let me tell you this example. You will travel from Zaria to Funtua to Guzo, no police checkpoint. But you come between Shanewe, Kulobe, my place, they are just there. I can understand that a policeman, I mean, an army officer from the North, will stand by the road. Even if he's looking for anything, he will tell you, let me search. After searching, that's okay. the 10,000 naira I have in my pocket will still be my 10,000 naira. But forcing me to bring out money and give you, or else you shoot me dead. It happens in the southeast. That's one. Secondly, when you go to Anambra State, my own state, there was a time the commissioner of police, they are mainly from the north. You think that when you go to Kano, they are commissioners of police for local, they are DPO in local governments for the police will be from the east. It is them that are even subjecting us and they are saying we are stereotyping them. They are the people. The Biafra you are talking about, we lost more casualty than them.
You
Yet
are
you are
just
still
making my
telling me
point.
that I'm responsible. No.
Yeah,
You are
you
not
see, we
making your
refuse to
point.
see it.
What
We
am
refuse to see it.
eh,
You are making
See,
my point.
listen,
Tuna,
no,
hold on,
listen,
please. Hold on, please.
hold on.
This is not a
Because
tribal
when they
war
say
now.
this
Hold
thing,
on.
when they say this thing, you will not know who is suppressing who is treating each other, who is just looking down on each other. When you bring
Oh God.
army, police from the north, you want them in Amran to be killing our people. From Chi to Yobe, you will see all these things. These are facts. Why are you bringing them there?
Yeah.
Just to come and suppress us when you slaughter. That's one. When you give us low cutoff mark from 10 years to enter unity school, and you give your own 7, and then you put my own 139, who is cheating who? Who is suppressing who? Who is afraid of who?
Well,
Is it not you? So the thing is that
see?
when they even say this type of thing, then you what is the aim behind you from whatever state in the north? You will score 11%. I must wait till I score 139. If I didn't do that, I won't get
Because
admission.
of that
And
fear.
there's nothing like fear. The fear should have
Of
been
course, there's not
you
like it
put
because
your
it's not yours.
listen.
May I ask
I'm
one
I'm
question?
coming. No, I'm coming. Let me
Even
finish.
when they tell you, you
Please,
choose not to listen.
please listen
Because we are so selfish.
because
All we want is
because
just to get
because
our way.
because no, it's not. We're not talking of. I don't want to get my way.
One
I
question.
want
One
I,
question.
I want level playing field. Why can't
One
we say that when we take national common entrance, everybody on the same level? Why can't we do that?
If you want to
Why
do
must
that,
Please, can I
why
ask one
can't we do
hold
that?
question?
on now.
One question. One
Ah,
If you want to
question.
do
I'm
that,
not making
then
any
you
deposition.
have
One
to
question and I'll
level
get
the
out.
playing field for
Please.
everybody. That's why I said
That
you should remove that fear.
let's leave level playing field
which
alone.
level, everything.
Wait.
Which level playing field is in my favor?
Ogasian, wait. Let's leave level playing field alone. Now, is it the fear of the South, the fear of the Biafrans, the fear of everybody in the South that is making the governors of the northern states to ensure that education is backward in their state? Is it the fear from the Biafrans that is making only less than 50 people to enroll for WAEC in Zamfara state? Is it the fear from the Biafrans that is making the governors to deprive their people of education, proper education? How can you explain that? In the whole of
That is
Zamfara state, for
exactly my
example,
point. How can
how
you
can
people
you
mangle the
is
whole
it the
point to
fear
your
from
own
the
narrative
Biafrans
again?
that is
See,
making these governors to
that
deny
is
their people
exactly my
education?
point. Don't you
Come
get it?
on.
Don't you get it? You
No,
said they
I
don't. Hold
can't
on,
get
let
it
me
because
explain. Let
the
me
point
explain
is
this
that
now.
the
Let me explain.
Northerners,
So
they have
let
been
me try
brainwashed,
again
and
because
you
I don't know
cannot
how
blame
much
any
word I
other
can use.
section of the country for that
Chris,
brainwash.
let
That is
me
what
try
I'm
to
saying.
explain this. You just
You
said
can't blame any other part of the
hold
country
on
for
now. Calm down.
brainwash.
I'm not blaming. I'm not
Uh-huh.
blaming. I'm
Is
explaining.
it the people
Hold
from the
on. You
south
see,
that
you
ensure
people
that
are gradually doing what
Zamfara
hold on. You
or
are actually doing what
Yobe,
the Nigerian media does.
Kebbi,
You
they
people are doing
cannot
exactly what the Nigerian media does. You try to
they
create
cannot
a
register
false
up to
narrative.
200 people for
You see them?
for
Carry on.
WAEC.
Carry on with your false narrative. What people do
Is
is
it a
exactly what
false
the Nigerian
narrative?
media does. You try to paint a false narrative. What I'm doing is explaining why, not necessarily trying to excuse anybody. I'm not saying the South is the reason why. I'm saying from their point of
No, that's
view,
what you said. That is
I'm
what you've been
saying, no,
saying.
no, no,
That
no,
is
no,
what
no.
Black Panther
You
has been
didn't know
trying
what I
to
said. You didn't
tell
know what I
you.
said because
They are
clearly
all
my
there.
argument was that
You said
their
it is the
fear,
narrative
hold
from the
on,
Southerners that is making them to be afraid. Isn't that
is
what
is,
you've been
is
saying
reinforcing
here?
it. Yes. That's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. I also said it
That's
just
what I'm
now.
asking you.
I said you are doing exactly
Fear?
that.
Is it
You are
that
doing exactly
narrative?
that right
Is it
now.
that narrative that stops, that
Oh my
ensures that
goodness.
less than 100 people enroll for WAEC in a full state?
Exactly.
Okay,
Is it
with
that
that abysmal
narrative?
result, calm down. With that
Mm-hmm.
abysmal result, and they still support their leaders anyway. Why?
That is what I'm saying, because
Because they are
leaders
stupid.
have
You
made
actually think they are
sure. So
stupid. Keep
the
thinking that they are
leaders
stupid.
their
Let's see whether that's
enemies.
going to solve your problem.
The leaders are their enemies, and they have
They
transferred
wonder
this
who is a
narrative.
stupid person, when in reality you are seeing a situation repeat itself over and over again. I keep thinking that they are stupid. You are
Tunaja,
the one.
can
You have
everybody
to
hold
ask
on?
yourself, whether
Tunaja,
you are
hold
not the
on
one that is
first.
stupid.
Tunaja, hold on first. Mr. Chris, hold on first. You see, when we come to a platform like this, and Tunaja, when you start a trajectory on your own, then you make it up in such a way, either logically or otherwise. You say because this man he went and investigate in Chicago, former vice president, then it is the North that is investigating the South. That is a very big fallacy you've just spoken, because that was your last statement.
False narrative again.
That was your
I
last
said
statement. I'm
that
quoting you.
because you were
If
saying
you
that
want, if you want them to bring it out,
you've just made
let's
your
call.
assertion. Let me respond to your
No.
assertion. You see, no.
Let me
Carry on.
land.
False
Let me
narrative.
land. You
I hope
see,
it
I
helps
told you
you
before I
sympathize
start.
with all this false
Before
narrative.
wait, Tunaja, wait now. Before I start this thing,
You are so
talking,
used to
I
division
told
that
you
you
that.
just want to hug it.
Wait now. I told you that. Open your mind. Don't just stay on one side. Like I'm opening my mind. I tell you what I love there. I tell you the ordinary people there are not what you think. They love the South. The problem is the leadership.
I never said they hated the South.
See, I
So
said, I'm quoting what I said. I'm not quoting you. I'm quoting what I said. I said they love the South. And you are saying that they are afraid of what we say in the South. But there's one thing you should know. You cannot stop a people from not talking against themselves. And that is just by the way of talking against yourself, is you are knowing yourself more to make that thing of being afraid of yourself go away. The more you get closer, the lesser in you being afraid of the other brother. So the trajectory which you are playing, I want you to be open, because we want Nigeria to be one, and we don't want to come and pinpoint one part of the history that led to a war, and you bring that portion and put it on your own ground, that's saying that it is the South that are doing something that is making them afraid. That is a wrong
I
notion.
never said anything like that.
You never.
You just
I'm
created
interpreting you.
a new
I'm
narrative.
interpreting
Like
you.
I said, you created a new
I'm
narrative.
interpreting your narrative.
Okay, now
What
let me
you need to be
restart again.
saying,
Let me
what
restart
you need
again.
to be
No.
saying,
You have had your
how
say. You have had your say. You can't go on forever. Let me define what I actually said. What I said was the reason why the North keep voting for their leaders and supporting their leadership, even beyond what all other type of these Islamic societies do, where they actually oppose their leadership. The reason why is because of the dynamics that is going on within our country, that they fear that the South is going to dominate them. I even went on to explain the reason why they actually use that reason not to join Nigeria, that it delayed our independence. That's how significant it is. Then after they came in, the Westerners had to convince them, and then they argued for confederation because of it. Then what happened after that? It led to a situation whereby their fears were confirmed. And since then, when they look at all their mates in the Sahel, it's not only about political fear now. It's about also physical one, where they look at, okay, compared to their mates in the Sahel, Nigeria is richer. Nigeria gives them access to the sea, all those things. So, and they don't want to give up the position of leadership, the only thing that they technically had in the country all this while. Why would they turn on their leaders?
Who is
They will not turn on their leaders.
now in Nigeria? Who is dominating who in Nigeria now?
It's not, you see, it may be them that is dominating politically. Politically, they may be dominating politically. No, hold on now. They may be dominating politically, but it's not.
It is them.
Okay, let's say
Tunaja, you are still. Tunaja, let me tell you one thing. You are still living. No. You have made your point.
What is there to
hold on.
leave?
Which one be hold on? You have made
I
all your
want to
points
respond
now.
to CM.
You have made your point. You have already made your point. You have landed. You have landed. You have landed. Look at what you are saying now. You are talking about dominance, and you are not bringing the factors. Who the question goes to you now? Who is dominating? You flimsily
the results,
answer that
they are
question.
not even dominating. By their results, they are not even dominating. Christians have
see
run
what,
Nigeria hold on
what you are
now.
saying.
Hold
You
on.
see,
Let's
we
deal with
cannot
the
go
facts.
anywhere. We cannot
Let's
go
deal with the
anywhere.
facts. Let's deal with the facts.
Okay.
Okay, let me
Christians
bring
have
that
run
fact for
Nigeria.
you. Who is
Don't
dominating?
worry.
Christians have
Can I
run
bring that
Nigeria
fact for
almost.
you?
Hold on now. Christians have run
Allow-
Nigeria almost 50% as much as the this in the Muslims,
Nigeria, we are not
and
talking
the
about
Southerners have run
Christian.
Nigeria
Nigeria, who is
almost as much
dominating,
as
not
the
run
North.
Nigeria. Who
Hold
owns
on
the west?
now.
Who is owning the west of
And
Nigeria?
most
We are
of the
talking
development
about
in
North and
Nigeria,
South.
most
Two
of the
Niger-
development
two
in
Niger-
Nigeria is in the
To
south.
Nigeria,
Are
to
you all
Nigeria, to
disputing
Nigeria,
that?
to
Black
Nigeria.
Panther.
You are not saying
You see
anything.
why this country never moves forward? That even grown men, that you all know this, that most of the
You don't
development in Nigeria is in the
insult
south.
us. Don't insult us. Don't insult
You're
us,
all
please.
liars. You're all
Don't
lying.
insult us.
You just lie, you pretend.
Uh-uh.
Because how
You
can
are
you
a
say most of
liar
the
too,
development in
Nigeria.
Nigeria is
To
not in the south?
Nigeria, don't
And you say one
insult
side
while
is
you're on a
dominating the country.
public platform.
Now let
You are a
me
learned person.
You're
let me
lying.
come in.
It's not
Let
fair
me
Don't
because
insult.
you
Who is
let me
lying?
come in.
you
Let me
knowingly
come
directly
in.
want to lie about it. The reason why I call it lie is deliberate. You
You
deliberately
cannot
pretend as if you don't know what's happening.
deliberately apportion lie to someone who is saying something with you.
The development you talk about in the south. Let me bring this to your view. To Nigeria, can you name any federal project started and completed in the 5 states of the southeast?
What are you talking about? Is this the southeast make up only the south? What is wrong with
He's
you?
asking you a question now.
Ask
Answer
me
the
a question.
question.
This is the Niger bridge. There is the
One.
Have you been to the second Niger
hold on
bridge?
now. There is the Niger bridge. There is this in airport. There is the train lines
Which
are
airport?
getting fixed now.
Which airport? Which airport?
There's airport in the southeast. What is wrong with you? You don't know
Which
there are
airport?
airports in
Now
the
talk
southeast.
am now.
I don't know the name. There's one in Enugu. There's one in
There is no
another
airport. There is no airport. Federal airport there. It's
Oh
privately
my
owned by
God!
the state.
International airport. There's international airport there.
Which one? Talk
Built
am
by
now.
who?
Talk am.
It's international airport. All about the train
Talk
lines.
am.
Built
Talk the
by
name.
who?
See,
By
don't
who?
see if you want to tell me that there are no federal projects
You
in the
say you know
southeast.
history.
I will tell you
By
right
who
now
now? Who
that
build the international airport
that is wrong.
for
There are
south?
Nigeria, I
For
want
federal
to
east?
projects
show
in
you
the
a
southeast,
challenge.
but
I
there
want
are
to show
also
you a
other
challenge.
projects in
Go.
the south.
See?
There are
Go.
other projects in the southwest. So it's not
Okay,
only the north.
to Naija,
and
I
find
told
out.
you to go
Go
and
and
find
find
out
out.
and load yourself
And come
with
back
current
again.
history.
How many federal
Current
projects
one.
are in Zamfara? How
You
many
don't
federal
know. You
projects
don't
are
know
in
anything about the
Katsina?
southeast. That's why
No,
you're always talking
you know.
against
How
them.
many federal projects are in Katsina that you are talking
Wait,
about?
okay.
Do you know one?
Can I answer that? Wait, let me
Yeah,
answer
answer
that.
that.
Let me
Zamfara and
answer that.
Katsina.
Federal aviation, whatever. See, just this Buhari
Whatever.
time.
You don't have any.
Listen. Let me answer you.
People are so selfish. I really fear for
Wait,
us.
now stop
You
throwing
question.
word on people here. You are
No,
matured
sometimes I
enough
get
now.
frustrated that you
Who is throw?
really
Okay, you
are
that speak.
literally
Who
making
throw
a
words
sport of
against
this
you
when
now?
it shouldn't have been difficult to convince anybody
Why are you angry?
anybody of this. It's a
Naija,
fact.
why are you
You all
angry?
know the Southerners are more developed. Why I'm upset about this is because I expected more from my fellow Nigerians.
Why are you angry now?
Because I expected more from you all. You should
You're
all
not
to know
expecting more.
the
We are
South has
telling
more
you.
development than
Look,
the North.
Naija, hold
What is this
on.
all about? You all know that, and you pretend as if you don't know. Jesus Christ.
Naija, when you come and you try to maneuver history, and you are not saying the era which you are, because if you are bringing history, you are not bringing history to make history look like evil to the present what we have it.
Black
You
Panther.
make
Black Panther, please. Let me list the federal projects in Katsina
go on.
State.
You list it.
In Katsina State, let me list them for 2 Nigeria.
Okay,
The Federal Polytechnic Dara, Air Force Reference Center Hospital Dara, Women and Children Hospital Dara, University of Transportation Dara, Kanu Marada Road line passing through Dara, School for People with Special Needs Dara, Nigeria Air Force Response Air Wing Dara, Nigeria Army 171 Battalion Base Dara, Forwarding Operation Base Dara, National Directorate of Employment Center Ganga Dara, upgrade and expansion of Dara Mini Stadium, Sustainable Development Goals at Skills Acquisition Center Zango Road Dara, completion of the Saga Dam Dara with supplies 1 meter of water to Dara and neighboring communities, 73 kilometer 132 kVA line from Katsina to Dara, and 230 and 40 megavolt transformers to boost power supply. Dualization of 72 kilometer Katsina Road Dara, 50-bed maternity center at Dara General Hospital, built under the name of the First Lady, Sameka of 4 E-Library Dara, 400,000 liter capacity solar panel water system by NNPC and Belima Oil in a joint venture with Jack Christian Foundation, several SDG school projects in Dara, several works of rehabilitation, expansion, reactivation, and completion of abandoned and existing projects, including roads, schools, drainages, water projects, etc. National Directorate of Employment, cosmetology, training and distribution of cosmetology packs, 3,330 kilovolt stroke 132 kilovolt power substation Dara, Community ICT Center built by NICDA Nigeria. What are you telling me?
Oh, have you
heard it now?
Hold on, have you finished? Hold
now?
on now. See, this is a lie. You see, what he just did, he made
Wait,
an
you see,
hold on,
no,
Let me finish my point.
You are the liar from the pit
I won't
of
allow you
hell.
to say
Black
that.
Panther,
I
you
won't
need
allow
to
you to
stop.
say it. I won't allow you to say it.
Block me now
You have
from
to
saying
be
let's
very,
not keep
you have to
talking.
be very,
So you will
you
not let
have
me
to be
talk,
very
I'll say my own
liberal
thing.
and speak with
You are the
respect.
liar. You are the liar.
Okay,
from the
yeah,
pit
call
of
me
hell.
liar. I'm willing to accept it. See, hold
Speak
on.
with
Let
respect
me
now.
make my own point.
You
Because
ask a question,
I'm a bit
answer your
tired of
question.
our people doing this, and we are the ones doing it. I'm a bit tired of our people doing this. You know what he does it now? Made a lot of effort, got a list of this. I can read another list of southeast projects in this in Nigeria.
List it.
You know what?
List it.
now.
List it.
Hold on.
You.
Oh, look at one now. Oh, 600
now,
kilometers of road under construction across 5 states of the region as May of 2027. 17. Hold on. I think you want me to read it. Let me read now. We can go and start bringing them up. So you see all the projects going on in the southeast.
Read it now. Why you
Okay,
talk?
I've just read one. But he keeps interrupting me now. Allocation of 16.6 billion naira from the federal government October for SUKU bond for
What are you saying? Allocation of budget money.
Hold on now, for 4 critical road
projects.
Continuation of early works on the second Niger Bridge, which has already been completed now. Hold on now. Inclusion of second Niger Bridge in the list of projects to be funded by the newly established Presidential Infrastructure Development Fund. That's former flag off of the N-Power Build Program, the Buhari administration.
No. That one is not. That's Nigeria.
Okay.
That one is not
to the 2,000. Hold on now. More than 2,000 graduates currently benefiting from the N-Power across the 5 states of the southeast, receiving a total of 600 million naira. Hold on now. The national home. Hold on now. This our project is. He also listed this our project in the north. Hold on. The national homegrown school feeding program. Hold on now. The national home. This is the national homegrown school feeding program, which provides 1 meal a day to private school. This in the southeast. GEB. Hold on. Microcredit program. Hold on. Now, microcredit program is there. Fertilizer initiative program is there. The budget proposal of allocated this is there. I know some of the ones in terms of the railway.
Are you done?
The railway. Hold on. Now the railway that many states didn't have in the south, they had it in the southeast. Before now,
we're in the south.
You have not used railway to
just close mouth. Let's
my
talk.
God, you see why I say we lie? We lie. TM knows there is railway in the
talk the project. Talk, TM.
Let's stop lying. I'm getting fed up of all this
nonsense.
nonsense.
It's okay. You have said your project.
Every time we talk, hold on. Let me finish my point. Every time we talk, we say the southeast.
You have finished your project. Now let's see and talk now.
Black Panther, you can't tell me when to talk, okay? You need to
stop. I can tell you when to talk because I'm not talking. I'm telling you.
No, you keep blocking me from talking. I will start blocking you.
Finish your talk. Let me know your project.
Then let me finish talking. Then I'm not finished. Are you the one landing me? You're not the one landing me. You need to stop that, Black Panther. Otherwise, it's going to be between me and you.
We said mention the project.
See, if you carry on with that attitude, you need to talk to yourself right now.
You will say your own. You not said your own. If you finish your project,
let me finish. I'm not finished.
Now.
I'm allowed to. You can't tell me when to
stop.
Allow.
Okay. What about Chris?
I need to finish my point. I'm not finished my point. How many seconds is it going to take? It could have been finished by now.
Okay, let me finish your point. Finish your point.
Every time we talk about in the south as if the south is only made up of the southeast. Is every single area in the north developed? The Lagos, you don't talk about Lagos. You don't talk about River State, Port Harcourt. You don't talk about Calabar. You don't talk about Cross River. You don't talk about all the other areas. The southeast is 5 relatively small states in the south that doesn't have a strategic border with Nigeria. The only border they have is with other states in Nigeria. Would you say that about Benue? Why are you not talking about Benue? Why are you not talking about Jos? Some of the things we do, we make it look like it's only the southeast that is not developed, and yet there is development going on everywhere in the south or everywhere in Nigeria.
Okay, you have explained now. Let's
Nigeria. It's not enough. So I don't know why we keep making it look like it's only us that are being excluded from the
Are
progress in
you
Nigeria.
done?
What I wanted
Let
I'm
to
done.
CM talk.
what I wanted to point out was Chris was particular about Katsina State, but to Nigeria, you were talking of Southeast, which is a zone of 5 states.
No, I'm
If
talking about the
that, if
South. They
so,
brought it. They made it about
Don't
Southeast.
see. You are talking about the Southeast. Don't say South.
I was talking about the South. I said there's more development in the South. I
Southeast,
never
you
talking
said
about
end project
Southeast.
for Enugu. You talk
No,
am.
no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
play
no.
it back.
You made it about Southeast. That's why I brought Southeast. I
Yeah,
said
now you
it was
mentioned
more.
the Southeast now. Third
Oh my
mainland
God.
bridge.
Allow CM to
The
talk.
original development, the
Let's
only
be
the
civil.
original
CM,
comment that I
CM,
made.
abeg talk. More hear
Hold
the
on.
project for
The original,
Southeast.
the original
Let's
statement
be
that I
civil.
made. See, the original statement that I made was that there was more development in the South. As always, Black Panther and Chris will have to narrow it down so that they can win an argument.
I didn't say South,
They
oh.
make it
I
about
said Southeast.
Southeast.
I didn't mention South, oh, general.
But my statement,
Don't
you are the
just
one.
throw
You're
me
not the one that
down.
brought the issue up. I mentioned the South. You turned it
I
to
said
Southeast.
Southeast. You
Yeah, I
mentioned
didn't. So
Southeast.
why
I
are you
followed
bringing
you up on
Southeast into it? I'm
Southeast.
talking about South. Why would
Me,
you
I'm
bring
not talking
Southeast
about
into it? Like I
South.
said, why do you always twist the discussion? I'm
Never made
talking about
mention
the
of
South, and you're
development
talking
in
about
the South,
Southeast.
oh. I'm talking about Southeast, oh. Make you know, narrow
Then why are
your
you talking? No,
argument,
okay.
oh.
Why? How did this discussion that we're talking about the North and the South turn to Southeast discussion? How did you manage to twist it to that point?
Because you said you made mention that what development do they have in Zamfara, Katsina? You started mentioning state. Mr.
Yes,
Chris now took you on it. So what are you saying now?
I
Why are you trying
said
to change it?
because
I
the,
said I now said Southeast. What is there? You said Third Mainland Bridge. On that premises, that was when Chris came in. And I said allow CM to now speak because he have more knowledge on the project in the Southeast. Since you've
was it
already
not CM
mentioned the
that came?
Southeast.
No, was it not CM that came online to argue that the South is even more developed than the Southwest?
No, he wasn't talking under the premises of federal government
The
allocation
development,
of
they're
things.
talking about federal development,
We are
but
talking
these
about federal
are things that
development,
are
different
People,
from
done
you
in
state
always
government
have to
development.
pick
and
and
state.
choose. You always have to pick and choose what you want to argue on.
No pick
In the
and choose
end,
now. We have
in
been
the end,
arguing
the
on
divisions remain
federal
the same.
government
And
projects
my
now.
worry with you people, my worry with the way we talk is that it's not going to get us anywhere. You
Oga
always pick and
CM,
choose
can you
where
jump
it
in
hurts you
abeg?
most.
Okay,
Don't look
Tunaja,
at the
you
bigger
hold
picture.
on. Let CM talk.
Naija,
Let
you hold
CM
on.
talk.
Hold on. You talk too much.
CM, over to you.
we want to, my comparison is, for instance, I cannot, because maybe if I'm rich, I happen to do something for my community. I will use that as maybe to compare my community and somewhere in the north. No, I won't. What we are talking is what unites the different states in Nigeria is the federal. It's as simple as that. It's the federal. So when we are talking of federal projects, there can be earmarked. I mean, I marked. People can easily name them. Say this is what is here. This is what is there. That maybe somebody. Let me take for instance, which state will I now use? Let's say River State. That Wike, when he was governor, built how many flyover? I think he said he started at
12.
12 or 12. He built 12 flyover in this thing. That can never be federal. That is what a governor
And
wants
send
to do.
let
For,
Chris
I'm
send the
coming.
list of where he got that list
No,
from. Because he may be reading
I
stuff
go
from
send
everywhere.
them to you.
No,
Why
no,
go
you
send
need
them
to
to
send the
you?
list because he may be reading something
Why?
from random people
Why?
and just deceive
Go
people
to
again.
Google. Go
Let
to
him send
Google.
the
You find
list.
it there.
I don't want him
Let
to
CM
deceive the
finish.
public.
Go to Google. You find it there. Let Chris finish.
what Wike did there in River State, probably Delta Man should have done so. But if he didn't do it, it doesn't bother me because that is what Wike did for his people. But that does not mean that if federal government want to distribute resources and maybe they didn't give River State, somebody will now come and tell me that after all River State has this, that is their internal own. They are mining gold in Zamfara. Why can't they, and they are stealing it? Why can't they use it to develop that place? Remember, knowing that gold is being mined in South Africa, and look at where South Africa is. So that is the issue we should be talking. We are talking of federal. The North, are you afraid of the South in which you mine your gold? People are mining gold in Zamfara. It's not placed on the table of federal government as a natural resource. But the oil from the south or wherever it is being placed and everybody sharing it equal. When we talk of VAT, value added tax. This is where federal government comes in. You don't consume alcohol, you ban it. If I open a beer parlor in Kano, you destroy it. Then if I open it in my village and drink alcohol and pay VAT, you expect to take money out of it. That is the imbalance in the federation people are complaining. Look, to be honest with you, left for me, I want a situation whereby that gold in Zamfara use it, it is your own. Use it. Gold pays more than coal in Enugu, but let me manage my coal. Use your gold. There's what they call Goshenite. It's in Yobe. I discovered it recently when I was discussing with somebody. 5 units of it, tiny, $1,500. And people are mining it today secretly in Yobe State.
They are not paying VAT.
No. It's not even placed on the table as natural resource. I don't think there is anywhere in Osun State they are mining gold without the people not knowing. So when we're running this type of federation, I don't care what is in the north by the northerners doing for themselves. It is to my own interest, let them do it. But what I want is when we are doing federal, anything called federal, let it be federal. Whereby you treat it, because that is what unites us. The way you develop your rural area, it doesn't bother me. If you can't develop it, leave it for yourself. What we want is federal. Now, how do we create local government? Bayelsa is 8 local governments. Bayelsa will bring crude oil sales to the table and take 8 shares because that is where they share. Kano will take 44 without even contributing to that crude oil. Zamfara, I don't know how many local governments, but Katsina is 34. Jigawa is up to 27 or 30 in that distance. So when they collect all these things, Bayelsa will take 8. That's not fair. I don't want to use myself to go. That is the federalism, the issue. And yet those areas that are taking all these, we still be saying they are fearing the south, that they prefer. But you are the person controlling the resources, even the oil that is in the south. According to Edwin Clark, whose biography I've not finished reading, it's called Brutally Frank. Edwin Clark said he's a German. I'm quoting his book now. He said, out of how many people that are owing oil waste, it's only Lulu Briggs. He mentioned Lulu Briggs, think he's a German from either Okoro, I don't know the area, maybe Calabari area, that is owning oil well. The rest belong to northerners and some maybe from the east, some from east, or maybe a few from the east, then the west. He said it doesn't belong to them. So when you see this type of imbalance, and yet the area that is controlling the share, everything, we still be talking of the fact that they are afraid, they want to do. Then what are you have? You have the power. What if this power now, somebody from the south is holding it, or let's say P2B is holding it? They will not say, you see what we call, they will keep it. You've been holding this power and subjugating me in my local government. You bring soldier from the north to come and put my place on siege. That is a fact. It's humiliating to me. We don't like it. Take them away. Put them in your place. There is Boko Haram fighting in the north. Put them, they let them go and fight. What is it called? Ganduje has called for the withdrawal of these people. He said, they've come and establish ranch in your place. Why are you coming? We know all these things. I'm not after. What I'm talking about is federal. Whatever you count in the southeast, yes, second Niger Bridge, I can't deny that fact. It's a federal government initiative. Enugu port should have been international. Till today, it's closed down.
I just send you a list of road projects that the federal government is doing in the southeast, and the list is almost how many long? Almost more than 60 long.
Okay. Look, let us do the analysis this way. If you say like Anambra or Imo, if you say one state, then we pick one state. But if you say southeast, which is a collection of 5 states, I will not go and tell you. Yes. I will not go and tell you northwest, which is a collection, is a zone. If you want, let us argue it based on zone or on state basis. So that
if you want to argue based on state, there are 60 here. So divided by 5 is 10 each.
No, don't do that. That's not analysis at all.
I'm talking about on average. If you want to divide it up into 5 states, what it simply means is that one state definitely has more than 10. You're looking about 69. List.
No, you don't do it.
I've sent a link to the back chat,
like that.
Not like what Chris just did. I've sent a link to the back chat so that you can see the list and the cost of the project.
Wait, Tunaja, Chris took Katsina. Why you gambling this now?
So I took Katsina. There are 5 states in the southeast, isn't it?
No, you take
You see
Enugu.
what he's
You
doing.
take Enugu or Imo.
You see what
You
he's doing.
take Enugu and tell us the federal project.
I can take it, but I can take it. There are okay. Let me look at Imo now. Imo has
look at Imo.
From 59 to 69 is all Imo. So 10 at least. 59 to 69. Let me see that one.
Not the 10
has
at
that
least.
many.
I can say Katsina has 200.
Hold on now. From
you are
58
muddling it up.
from 58 to let's see, Enugu from 58 to keep going, Enugu till almost from 58 to about 35 is all Enugu. 34 actually, 58 to 34. So about 20 is all in Enugu. The link is right there.
See,
where is that of Chris?
How many? Wait. You see, because I like.
You see why I get frustrated and I start using the L word.
Wait,
this is why I start using the L word.
Listen.
We lie to ourselves too much.
This is you've given Southeast. There should also be to make to balance what you are saying, or for you to be objective. Please provide us Northwest too, because we are talking of zone. A collection of states.
I gave you one state now. Enugu.
I'm coming.
And that's only on road.
What you provide us the one in Kaduna. Kaduna is in Northwest. Let us know.
Why should I care about Kaduna? My argument is that there are projects in the southeast and
why are you playing the game here? Is Kaduna not Nigeria?
Listen.
Please. If we want to say something,
please.
Then let Chris go and get the Kaduna one, because he brought the Katsina one.
No. You provide the one you have.
I provide the one in the southeast now. You don't like it.
Message. What do they call that one?
It shows that Enugu has 20 road projects going on.
The way to do it is this: to really tell people that yes, you are beyond criticisms. Is this? This is my south. This is southeast. This is northwest. Compare, so that people. That's how to do it. When you provide, you are the person bringing the facts. Somebody will ask you, okay, this is southeast. Go and get us.
So why didn't he? You see how you see people should listen to this now. You see how CM is demanding now. Did he ask Chris to provide the one?
No,
from
because
he didn't. Hold on now. You see, you are defending him. CM doesn't need you to defend him. You have to call people out when they are speaking from both sides of their mouth. Because now he's saying that you provide one from the
Tunaja, you talk now. Tunaja, just talk.
To provide one from the south, the south.
He
didn't ask you to do that.
From both sides of your mouth. Do you like attacking personalities?
No, because this issue is a very serious issue, and
the issue is not serious. It's not serious.
I'm trying to bring it together. I'm trying to bring it together. All you are doing is trying to divide.
No,
to create more division.
The problem.
Which division? In Nigeria, are not divided. What is what in Nigeria? Is Nigeria not divided? What are you saying?
It's not caused by what I'm doing in the south or what any person is doing in the north.
He's talking about divided. Is Nigeria not divided?
It's caused by the people in the north.
What are you saying?
If
you do not want to go, let them go.
It's not what I'm writing online. It's not what I'm saying online. It's not what any person is saying in Southeast or any Biafra person is saying. It is what the leadership has turned the people in the north to.
That's exactly. That's simple.
Simple as that. Don't come and be telling me that it's the things I'm saying online
around
to be afraid. Is that why their leaders cannot enroll them in school? Is that why
I'm looking at one in the northwest here, and I can assure you, it's not even number up to 65 or 68, 9. It doesn't. I'm going to find another one, but this one doesn't seem right.
Can I speak now? I'm looking for one
in the northwest. You asked me to look for one in the northwest.
I found one,
and it's not even up to 65.
No matter how you argue this thing, the fear the northerners are exhibiting, it has nothing to do with what I'm doing in the south.
See, I'm glad you're coming back to the original topic.
What I'm doing in Edo State, no. It has everything to do with the leadership in the north, how they brainwash their people, how they refuse to give them education, and you are supporting that narrative.
The question you should ask yourself is that why does it work? Why does it work? That's what I keep asking you.
Oga Chris, let me talk to Tunaja first. Wait,
it doesn't work in Mali. It doesn't work in Burkina Faso. It doesn't work in North Africa. It doesn't work in the Middle East. But somehow it works in Nigeria.
Tunaja, please let me talk. Oga Chris, hold on, let me speak. Tunaja, please, I beg you in the name of God, stop comparing us with the Sahel, because Nigeria is different. Nigeria is different. Mark that into your mind. Nigeria is
we are not
different.
connected to the
Nigeria,
Sahel
wait
anymore.
now, wait. Nigeria has a population of well over 200 million, not to be precise. Nigeria has languages, more than 400 languages. I am not specific. And when you want to do a comparison, you don't go to a country or a state that has 40 languages or 2 languages, and have Islamic as their major religion there. Then you now there compare it with a state that has multiple religion that have not taken one religion over the other religion, but all religions dwell amicably in it. You don't do that comparison like that. It doesn't go.
Yeah, but
when
that
you want
is
to take your statistics.
but
When you want to take your
what
statistics,
you just said.
wait now. When you want to take your statistics, confine it very well, make it defined very well, but don't go holistically. We are talking about state now. We said take it by state. You said Southeast as general. Then Mr. CM now said, okay, tell us both. Bring the one from Southeast, bring the one from South. Let us see how many from this state and how many from that region. Then let us start from there and analyze and see who is afraid of who is being oppressed, who is being dominated. That is the thing we should be saying. But one thing we are doing here is that if you are arguing as per Nigeria, you have to open your mind. You have to open your mind of reasoning. You have to open your mind of accommodating everything that comes from the opposition. Because if you now hold on to your own, we will not have a headway, because there is truth from every part and parcel of Nigeria. And the point you are bringing from the north, there's truth in it. The point this other might bring from the south, there's point in it. And let us always not argue to win. Because there's something here that is specific. There is historical backing. When you talk about dominant, from what portion are you coming from? Because there are different ways they dominate. So you got to be specific which area
I just
they are
included
dominating.
a list of projects, road projects that are being done in Nigeria. You can compare them and see precisely which one is being done in there. I don't even know that. I didn't even know this existed. I just found it. You will see that it's spread almost similar to. You don't see any particular focusing on one specific region. Maybe even less in the north. From what I can see here, I don't know what I'm being biased. I'm only seeing southern names, but I see more southern names on this list of projects being done in the Nigeria. There's Katsina, there's Kanu, and there's Kaduna there, but their area doesn't. Taraba is showing up too, but most of it seems to be showing up southern states. Actually, okay, I'm seeing more star. This page is weird. Okay, now I'm seeing more. That's weird. How is this even happening? Sometimes you see more northerners, other times you see more southerners. It's weird. This document is strange. Now you start seeing southerners. It's a big document. So
why as a person?
When a UN project was coming, the president opened his mouth that they should go.
God bless you. That was where I was going to.
I don't know where this argument is coming from. The president said they should go to the north.
Not to the south. Point blank on world television.
Go where to the north? What do you mean go to the? Who said so?
I don't know. If you don't know that, how can I even argue with you?
Who should go to the north? Who should go to the north?
Wow.
United Nations Development Board.
When they
said they should not go to the south. They should go to the north. That the north needs more.
It was the UN
You
representative.
see the question to Nigeria is asking.
Look at the question you are asking us.
Hey, who is that? When did that happen?
It was in the
if I don't know, I should not ask.
You don't know. Go fact check us now.
That you placed here, did you not Google it? Can you Google this information and see for yourself?
Yeah, but if I ask you, I should be able to ask you and expect, because you stated it.
Yeah, because you always ask questions like this. Were you not the same person that was asking about NYC discharge and whatever?
So if he said they should go to the north, that's where they are required most, is that controversial? Is that not where they have the IDP camps?
Okay.
You see to Nigeria.
You guys, man, I don't know, man. You want them to send them
Yeah,
to the south
you are
where
the one big
they should
sectioner
send them
here.
to
You are the
Lagos.
one.
They should send them
Everybody
to
saying
Lagos.
To
you
Nigeria.
are
They should send them
sectional.
to where they should send them to where the crisis exists. That's where Boko Haram is.
Which
That's where most of the
crisis?
banditry is
We
happening.
are talking about development, houses,
Ah,
road,
To develop, UN is coming to Nigeria to develop our roads now.
water project, dam project for farmers.
Oh
We are
my
talking
God.
about these things. That
Is that
is
what they
the
are
development.
for farmers? Where is most of the farmers in Nigeria?
Okay, where is the road? Do we have good road in southeast or south?
Have you checked the list that I just sent to you?
See, go and check what the president said about this thing we have just said.
And about the oil well, that people like to talk about so much. You all also forget that 30% of the revenue, whatever the oil well you have, it doesn't matter. 30% still comes to the south.
What are you saying? What are you saying?
What I'm saying is that whatever you get from oil well,
what are you saying? Your father owns my oil well.
God.
Oh
my God. You
Nobody
guys
will hold on for you. You cannot tell me that Zamfara.
What are you saying, sir?
Zamfara gold is for Zamfara. Okay, let them take the 13%, whatever. Let them leave it. Let's have the oil in the south. Let the state.
Let them go with their gold. They have everything. Let them go.
What do you mean Zamfara gold is for Zamfara? Hold on now. You see what this guy is doing? Hold on, Chris. Chris, why are we so blind? Why are we so blind?
To Nigeria, let Chris finish talking. Don't always subject him to what oppress him. Let him talk.
Maybe he needs oppressive, man.
If you want to know what he's saying, go and fact check him.
People like
Nigeria
cannot even oppress
they steal a lot of crude oil. You know they steal a lot of crude oil in Nigerian south. You know that, don't you? And you also know they steal a lot of gold in the north. And the gold in the north that they are stealing, they are using insecurity to cloak it. So people don't necessarily know what is going on there. And the money, hold on now. We know they are operating with locals and foreigners.
Who is stealing it now? Talk.
Just like in the south, they are operating with locals and foreigners.
Who is stealing the oil in the south?
The elites are stealing it.
Who be the elite?
Oh my God, who the elite? They are gone.
You are covering the elite. Who own the oil rig in Niger Delta? Who own it?
Oh my God! So okay, they are the ones that own all the ships.
This man want to talk about
Northerners are the ones that own all
anyhow.
the ships. That's why Northern and Southern politicians are shutting their mouth. Northerners are the ones that own all the ships that are coming to steal our oil.
You shouldn't come here and provoke anybody about the oil. If you know what the oil south have done in the south, what are you saying? So what are you speaking?
We refuse to see things on the macro level. The same thing that is happening in the south is happening in the north.
Don't provoke anybody here. You are talking about oil. You are talking about 30%.
You are choosing
the land. They destroyed in the south.
You are choosing to get provoked.
Come here
you don't want to shed light on the truth of the
north have been oppressed.
Nigeria, how can we be talking about oil and you are talking about 13% derivation?
Because that's the end product. Because that is the end product.
You have reduced the argument to 13% derivation.
Allow TN to talk. Allow TN to talk. He's calling my name.
Fear God. Fear God. Fear God.
Because that is the end product.
I want to fear God when no see. You know God.
Chris. The way we do it, let's do it this way. There is oil in the south mainly. And they are collecting 13%. And then bringing the rest for everybody to share. Zamfara take 13%, bring the rest gold, let us share too.
Share.
Okay.
What
good. That's a very fair point. But look at that now. Is the money? Hold on now. Is the money ending up with the state governor?
I've not finished. Listen, I've not finished. This is what should be done. Failing it, let Zamfara mine your gold. Niger Delta with your oil, have it. You see, bringing fairness to something. If you want to compare, you compare very well. South is asking for 13% or maybe 25%. They brought it down to 13% because of the devastation of the environment where they are. I mean, go to Goniland and see what they are seeing. Even Delta. But Zamfara, you are mining your gold and eating it. Osun State cannot mine their own because the gold is in the south.
They are mining it and eating it. You literally said that. They are mining it and eating it.
Osun State
See,
is mining their
How
gold.
our people are like this, I don't know, man.
CM,
No.
God will
CM,
help
CM.
us. They are the people in Zamfara are poor, and you are saying they are mining it and eating it.
Oga CM.
Wait. Is Osun State mining their gold? I don't know. Somebody should
They've
tell me.
started mining. They've started mining.
When?
That's why the Oni of Ife is talking now. Don't you know he gets share inside?
Oh,
allegedly.
they are mining it. So
yes, allegedly he has shares in there.
The governor saying that is it the other day he was saying that they should be given right to mine it. Then that means that I'm not. That's why I'm surprised.
They've already started.
So good. Oh, good. Then every other person should mind their own. Don't mind your bitumen. Maybe we start our coal in Enugu now. If that is because there's no point leaving it there. What is good for the geese is good for the gander. This is Ogoni, mind your crude oil. So that is the why I do my own logic. I believe in fairness.
But the logic is not the logic is not based on national. See, that part you can't control it. People in the south would definitely prefer to have their own oil, but they can't control the national body when the national body has a specific formula.
Okay, hold on, Tunaja, hold on. Let me give you one example. You said the Niger Delta are asking for 13%. Let me tell you one thing.
So they got 13%.
High school in the Niger Delta. To be precise, my school is located in the heart, at least outskirts of Port Harcourt. And from my school, you can drive just 1 hour to Ogoni land, where the Ogoni liberation fighter, where their leader was executed. You have to go there and see. I stayed there. I stayed in Ogoni land for 1 week.
Who was executed?
On a discovery.
Who was executed?
What? Don't you know history?
Saruiwa was educated. You think he was educated in Ogoni land?
Did I say it was where he was executed? Where was he executed? He was executed in Lagos, Abi.
No, he wasn't executed in Lagos. He was executed in Port Harcourt prison. I was right there.
Yes, executed in Port Harcourt.
Don't tell me history that I know.
That one in 1 year. Okay, let's continue. You see the Ogoni land. I wish you were there. There was one senator, I've forgotten his name. He went to Ogoni land, where the devastation, how the land has been devastated with crude oil. Crude oil is already forming like a rock on their farmland. And the federal government, they sued these oil companies to court, and they won the case. As we are speaking now, the worst devastation of oil in any continent is right in Nigeria, Africa. And where is the place? Ogoni land. Up to now, they cannot fish, they cannot farm, they can't even feed themselves. They have gone into
I'm not sure Ogoni land is where most of the devastation
they cannot wait. Hear me. I've been there. I'm telling you.
There are new areas that have been devastated. Even Port Harcourt has got suit in the area.
If you want to fact check me now, buy your ticket, take your flight to Port Harcourt.
See, you are shifting the argument. The main argument
I am not shifting it. I am arguing under the premises
Nigeria.
Of you hanging yourself on the 13%.
I'm trying to talk about the issue of what divides Nigeria, and you are narrowing it down to tribalism again. See, what divides Nigeria is both sides don't have things in common that they can rebel against the leaders on. And even when they do, because of the fears of one section, they are not able to execute whatever they are supposed to do.
Tribalism,
until that fear and that suspicion amongst us is brought to a minimal, you are not going to see the North turn on their leaders. And because of that, you are not going to see Nigeria. Can you let me finish? And because of that, you are not going to see Nigeria change. And because of that, you are not going to. You finish now. You finish. I said you're going to carry on talking all night.
I have not finished.
See, because of that, you are not going to see Nigeria change.
I won't allow you to bulldoze
you actually want Nigeria to change. You are not. Are you sure? Are you sure about that? You are sure? Yeah. You want to talk to yourself?
And stand under something that
you want to hear your own voice.
You have not been in Nigeria. You did not grow in Nigeria. Don't say what you don't know. Go on Google and you Google it. Have you been there? Have you been to Maiduguri before? So what are you saying? You sit at home, tap your Google and speak it. And you tell us in the south that we don't have right to fight for more than 30%. What are you saying? You know many people on the road of Ogoni land that are sitting on the road begging for money and they have oil on their land. You have come here to talk about who is being oppressed and who should be oppressed.
Why putting him
They are
on?
telling us that the Lord is afraid of us. What are you saying? If you want to stand on top of that premises, let's divide Nigeria, let it be forever. If you cannot agree to me, I cannot agree to let's divide the country and let the country be divided. I don't know what you are saying every time. If not have been ruling the country, they've been oppressing the South. You say this, you say that. What fact do you have? You are telling us they are afraid of us. People we have been living with for more than 60 years. When their leadership have been oppressing them with religion, oppressing everything, they can't give them education. They give them allocation, they don't use it. Come to the south and see development. Why can't they have that in their own state? Do Edo State have mineral resources like Zamfara? So please, if you want to speak here, open your mind. If you want peace in Nigeria, open your mind and stop saying the South is oppressing or the North is oppressing. Talk on the issue and let us bring facts and change the trajectory in Nigeria. Not come and saying the North is oppressing this, the South is afraid of this. We don't want those crap here. Thank you.
You are done. Thank goodness you are done with your this in a little rant. Oh, good. You are free to rant, but the point remains the same. If you take your time and go and think about it, you're going to find that the reason why the North and they don't rebel against their leaders is peculiar to Nigeria. It's particular to Nigeria, and there is a reason why, because of historical reasons that we all know about, and because we still carry on perpetuating those same suspicions. If we don't address it, we can sit here and complain why only the South has to be opposing the government while the North is not doing it. The reason why they are not moving, because we're not giving them any reason to do so. And the reason we are supposed to give them to do so, we have to partner with them. How is it that uniting with your own fellow brothers and sisters in the North is such an atrocious suggestion? When they ask you that you have to allay the fears of these Northerners so that they can actually be able to work with you and for once remove these people that are oppressing us. Because the reason why they are able to do that is because they know they can use people that are oppressing us, they can use one section to oppress the country, that they divide and rule us. Then when it goes to the higher level in terms of the foreigners use us as a control on our own leaders. Because if our leader want to do something now, all they have to do is give arms to one section of the country, and that section of the country will happily think that God has answered their prayer to fight their fellow Nigerians and fight their fellow black people. And we are going to remain slaves forever if we carry on with that kind of mentality. This is the problem. We don't learn to see things on a macro level. We talk about micro issues all the time, when the real issue is happening on a micro level. If you don't deal with that macro level and geopolitical space, you're going to keep failing. You're not going to get anywhere. You are going to have your national security advisor going to foreign lands to go and beg them. Why? Because they have weaponized their own people against themselves. This is the problem. We are our worst enemy. We weaponize ourselves against our fellow Africans, our fellow Nigerians, our fellow black people. That is our problem. And
you don't finish, Mr. CM. Talk.
I'm done.
So my own is this. First, I do not in any way agree that we have to assuage the fears of the North. Rather, it is then that we assuage our own fear. Because I know why. I have
How about both
one
sides?
saying,
Both sides assuage each other's fears.
listen, because the fear, I don't really think we are the people that want put everybody on a level field so that we compete among us. That is how it should be done. That is the equity I want. I don't want a situation. Don't come and favor me because I'm from the south. I don't want it. don't favor me in anything. What I want is put everybody on the same level. Let us develop and compete among ourselves. I don't think in America or maybe any other, not America said, I don't think in Ghana they have either 10 regions or more than that. I don't think they favor one region and say you have to come up here before this one comes up. It doesn't work that way. That it is them, the north, that it favors. Look at the local government. Why should Bayelsa have 8 local government? I want somebody to explain to me why Bayelsa only 8, only the smallest. Is it because why? Don't they have up to 2 or 3 million people living in Bayelsa that they should be giving 8
Micro issues again. Micro issues.
Hey, no, that is where the problem. That is what we.
Let him talk now. Is it not from the micro to get the macro?
What you call the fear?
Actually, the macro is more powerful.
We are talking from the foundation.
Listen, what you call the, because the thing is that I don't believe in, so I believe in first principle. Let me tell you, till tomorrow, I will be bitter with Nigeria for giving me high cutoff mark as an 11-year-old boy to enter into federal school. Why others are getting 7 and 11? I must be bitter till I die. Why? Where is it done? Why must you do that to me? Knowing that education is the opportunity every child needs. When you deny me that, so which means I have to struggle. Even if I get 130, you won't take me until I get 139. But some people are getting 7, 11, 15, 21, and they are entering. You tell me I should be happy? I can never be. Now,
micro issues again.
The person who you favor with 7 marks will now come back and say they are afraid of me. They are afraid that I should assuage his fear for what? You are in control of the Livers government. Buhari came, put Fulani and the North anywhere he went. We saw the nepotism. Everybody shouted. Even some of the people from the North were even saying it's not too good. You marginalized, sort of removed a complete zone from the command.
But CM, do you agree that both sides suspect each other?
See, let's hear him land, I beg. When you're talking, nobody else proc you.
No, both sides suspect each other.
Listen, I don't
forget suspect. Nobody they suspect each other, Jare. Now politicians.
From my own side, I don't suspect. I want a level playing field for everybody. Taisho Larin said, given equal opportunity, every child is gifted.
Well, you just said you suspected them that they were oppressing one side.
That's what he said. No. I said rather they are the people that are even oppressing us.
They are oppressing you. You see that they are oppressing you because you suspect them that they are trying to oppress you.
Listen. You cannot go to Bauchi. You cannot move from Bauchi to Gombe. You see Igbo soldiers or Igbo police officers on the road there. You can't.
Never.
So why are you bringing your own down to me? Why are you bringing? And they are shooting us, extorting money from our people. Why? I want to know the reason.
When I went to the north, I went to the barracks in the north in Kaduna, and the only soldier I met there was an Igbo man. So that's my own.
You didn't go to any north. You didn't go to any north. You stop lying.
I'm lying.
I want to use your word on you. Stop lying too.
You are lying. Anybody that knows me knows that I don't come around lying. So why would I say that if I didn't experience it? I'm just giving my own experience. Why would I say that? Let me describe. I can even describe exactly what happened. I can describe exactly what happened that day when I went to the barracks. I was in Kaduna. Everywhere seems like the north, but when I went to the barracks, it seems somewhat totally like Nigeria. Then when we were driving, we drove to this warehouse where they are supposed to be protecting, and it was a soldier that was standing there, and from afar he started gauging us already and positioning himself. It's almost like he's very, very suspicious. And when we got close, the name tag on his shirt says that he was an Igbo man, and at the same time he instructed us on what to do, and he was looking at us very, very suspicious.
That's a cool story. I would tell
that is fact. That's
a cool story. You have never
you
left
like
London
it
for the past
I didn't even have to
years.
think about it. What is the lie
Bring
there?
your passport.
Why would I lie
about
that? Don't be silly, man.
Bring your passport. Show us.
You see what we do.
Where do you school? Which school do you go? Where do you school? No. Let us know whether you school in the north or south. You talk where you school.
Where I school.
No, you talk where you school. We don't want to know your state.
You think I be Tinubu?
No.
It's not me to go and forge my certificate. I don't know better now.
No. Okay. Let me say one thing here.
See, let's focus on the bigger picture.
Niger, let's not deceive ourselves. Because why me as I'm here, when you are talking about how these things is happening, I am feeling the pain because I have been on ground.
What? You have
I
been on
have been
ground.
to this north. This
Acting as
north, you
if you
people
are the
are
only one that
saying
has been on the
this
ground.
north,
I
this
have been on
north.
the ground too.
Wait now, this north, you people are saying that north is
I
bad,
don't know
is
why you
bad.
keep saying you
I
have been on
have
the
been
ground. You
there.
were not. Were you
North
there when
is not.
Abiola was being
Wait
buried? You were not
now.
there. Were you there?
Wait.
Were you at in the same town when Saruwa was executed? You were not there.
Okay, okay,
I've been on the
okay.
ground. Don't
To
stop talking as
Naija,
if you are the only person
to
that has been on the
Naija,
ground. I've
to
been on the ground
Naija,
too.
to Naija. I school in Lagos. I can tell you my school precisely. I school in one of the best school in Lagos, IHS.
Good for
I
you.
school in Ogun State before I made my transfer in OMLG secondary school. Before I made my transfer
You
to
know you are not
IHS.
running for president yet. Don't
I
worry.
run.
Nobody
No,
is looking
let
for your
me tell you
certificate.
now. Let me tell you in Ikeja,
Nobody is
Lagos,
looking for your
GR.
certificate.
Wait now, wait.
You are talking
I
about
now
micro
wait
issues
now,
again.
wait. Let me
I
tell you
don't
my
want to
own.
talk about micro
Let me tell you
issues.
something before when I'm saying something so that you be fact checking me. I
Aye.
went to a polytechnic in Kwara State, Offa to be precise. I moved from there. I went to do my bachelor's in University of Port Harcourt.
Keep
After
saying all
that,
these things. You better get it correct too,
I came
because
out. That I'm
tomorrow
telling
you want
you
to
the
run for office, they
wait
go and start
now.
searching for your records, all the things you've said.
Wait. I know where I'm going to. Then in Port Harcourt, I got myself involved in lot of developmental project, in lot of governance leadership, which took me to Maiduguri, Bauchi, Jos, Yobe, and Kaduna. So why I'm saying this is that I have gone there. I didn't go there to do sightseeing. I went there for a specific purpose to convince myself that I had to know this place and I had to know the mindset of those people. And I
Sometimes,
love them. I
Black Panther,
love them.
sometimes I don't understand you sometimes. The way
Wait,
you talk, I don't understand you.
I love
See,
them.
I'm just reading
Wait now. Let
something now
me
that
talk
says
now
lead poisoning.
so that
You've been narrating your life history. Nobody's came here to learn about your life history.
yes. Well, okay, let me land. Okay, now you've heard it. Go and fact check it. Now, I want you to tell us the school you go. Don't tell us the state, the school name.
Yeah,
So that
that's
this will
too
not
much.
say you go.
I have to adjust.
You know
I
the
have to
APC now.
adjust.
Talk am
I have
now.
to adjust my certificate. You know, I can't say anything. I choose to repeat all the information I can share about my education.
Nobody
I'm,
go
I'm
check
not.
you out. You
I'm
just
not
say me.
repeating
Don't say it
anything.
finish.
Hold
Just
on.
say the school.
See, let's go to something more serious. Let's not discuss
You see
individuals now.
now. You see
See,
now, politician. That means you're a
see.
politician.
I sent a link in the back side, and you know they were talking about Human Rights Watch. They said a heavy price, lead poisoning and gold mining in Nigeria, Zamfara State. So these, you know, when we talk about pollution in the south, the same thing. You know, our fellow Nigerians. And when I looked at it a little bit, the page, and I see our own people, the way they are suffering, and this is why I am here, not to be nitpicking and picking on each other. We have to resolve this divide that is keeping us here. Our children are being poisoned. Our people are suffering. How do we get out of this? We have to look at things on a higher level. If we keep worrying about the low level stuff, I've done the deductive reasoning on the low level stuff. Almost all the things we describe on the low level stuff, it happens to other people. So why are they functioning? The area we don't take care of is the macro level.
It's that guy back there. Mm-hmm. He,
Who is
he plays his music.
Oh,
I
look
don't
at
know.
Chris. Chris is having a guest over. You know, great Chris.
Oga
You know,
Chris,
you need to
you dey talk o.
he's muted himself. He's all right. So, but if you look at the link, you see that, you know, to just see our people digging in the dirt, just like in Congo, really. That's what is going on. All those people that are digging those things, how much are they earning? They give it to some traders, and the traders take it and run overseas and make millions for themselves. And our people are still suffering. Those people, look at how they are dressed. Do they look like they are doing very well? They are not. You know, we have to see beyond what lies in front of our face and deal with the problem as its source. And the source is our division. We have become our biggest burden. And the truth, that is the truth. How can an NSA of a country as large as Nigeria is begging other people? What do you think keeps people like that? Apart from brainwashing alone, is the fact that we can be weaponized against each other. Look at in Mali, Niger Republic now. And is the Nigerian government not being attacked by their own people? Because some people weaponize them against the Nigerian government. The same thing in Mali. Nigeria is even worse compared to those countries because the people that they weaponize against the government in those countries are from a smaller group. But Nigeria now, there are groups in Nigeria that if Nigeria government refuse to do something, some groups could just go and they will tell them, take this money, take this weapon, fight these people, and we are saying with you because you have been oppressed all this while. Because we don't see things on a global level, on a macro level, we fall for it. We always fall for these things. And the story of our colonization is exactly the same. When they came to the Southeast, they didn't conquer the entire Southeast overnight, but they just used one leader against the other, then they went for the Arochukwu, this thing, Confederacy or whatever they call it then. They went for them and they were one of the last one they took out. The same thing in the Southwest and in the North. It's our people they weaponize against us. The whole thing is just tiring, and to stop it is to understand each other and to assuage each other's suspicion and understand that we are united in a common problem. And when we unite in that common problem, you see how quickly the country will transform. That is what I have found. All these macro level problem, all nations have them. CM, you are in the UK. You know how I'm telling you, even when England is playing, hold on, let me finish the point. Even when England is playing a match and England is losing, the Scottish are jubilating. They are literally jubilating in their face. Because countries are divided, but yet they are functional.
To Nigeria, you know what's going to be my project? Don't worry. When I enter London, I'll tell you my project. My project now, you not be my project. I go enter London because of you. I bet you I go find you out. I bet you I will find you out. And when I find you out, I go want you to say,
what are you going to come out? You go get confession from me say, oh, Nigeria is doing very well.
We are not seeing ourselves because it is very easy for you to go on internet and do whatever and say and learn and say and say and say. It is very vital for a black man to go because black men, they are one of the best researchers in the world. They do it holistically and bring it to earth, not telling lies.
There are no lies here. I really don't have room for lies.
The best
I'm just tired of seeing how people suffer.
When you are talking about Africa, we've said that before. The problem of Nigeria is not with the people itself. The problem of Nigeria is not the tribe itself. People are surprised I'm saying this. The problem of Nigeria started from the leadership. From Awolowo, Zik, and Ahmadu Bello. They did not come to a round table to conclude about the unity of the country. They came haphazardly. The reason why that was done was because of love. But they did not sit down holistically to talk about the union and how we be proud of a black race called Nigeria. They did not speak about that. You are wait. All the interviews you are seeing online, they were done by the white.
This is the problem. The reason why they failed had nothing to do. They had arrangement with each other. The reason why they failed has something to do with the fact that they don't understand geopolitics.
You jump. You don't know these people mindset at all. You don't do for London there. You don't know their mindset. See, all the history you have been seeing there, it is the white people that wrote it and drop it online there. The interview with Ahmadu Bello was done by a white man from BBC.
See, they don't lie about. If white people manipulate history so much, they will hide a lot of things that they did wrong. They
See,
talk about the
that
things
is
they
the
did wrong and the things they
reason.
did right.
That is the
And
reason
and
why.
and then they
Wait
go on to talk
now.
about a lot of other
Wait.
things too. So they don't have
That is
anything
the
to gain. Why
reason
should they
why
have to
you.
worry about lying?
That
They
is the
don't have
reason
to worry
why
about
you
that.
and you, CM, Oga Chris, and so many of us should not talk from the premises of going to that Google and ask that Google to seek for your history.
So
You
we should
go
believe
right
each
there.
other's words.
You have to make your own research about your own race and
I
speak
did.
as an authority of your own race. So if you don't have love and you don't agree, you cannot speak truth about your history.
I
That
speak
is
some
one
truth.
thing.
I see. What I do is I use
As a Benin man,
deductive reasoning.
as a Benin
Deductive
man,
reasoning.
as a
See,
Benin man,
Black
we
Panther,
have.
hold on. Black Panther, hold on. Everything I've said barely had much to do with what Europeans told me. It's basic deductive reasoning, and this is why
Not
sometimes some people say
who
you
taught you about
just
deductive reasoning?
no, because no. Deductive reasoning is a fancy word for how people
Who
reason.
taught you about
Hold on
deductive
now.
reasoning now?
Let me just say what I'm saying, please.
Civilization come from your
Let
place.
me
You dey
just
go
say it.
add
Hold on
ogo.
now. Oh, come on. Let's see. Deductive reasoning is very simple because people do it all the time. It's just that maybe they don't choose to recognize. Like if you put this is somebody puts egg on the table and then they put 2 cups over the eggs, and you ask somebody where the egg is. If they choose one of the cups and they find that cup is empty, now they will conclude that the egg is on the other side. That's what they call deductive reasoning, because then they will know. Human beings already do that by default. But somewhere along the line, when we are analyzing things to do with our society, we don't tend to do a lot of deductive reasoning there. Well, we do it when we are operating individually, but we don't do it there. Because if you want to say, okay, it's a cultural thing, then you have to check it. Why about the other people that are practicing the same culture? Why are they not affected by it? Clearly, that is not this in the unique aspect. If it's the same culture, the other people practice it, why are they not doing it? No, there's something else missing. And when I had that discussion, I was having that discussion earlier on with some people and some northerners, and what it came down to was the unique peculiarities in Nigeria and the unique history we have here, the suspicions. And I also tied it to how the Chinese behave. But why is it that they're not rebelling against their leaders? It's not because their leaders don't do things wrong. They're not rebelling because, by and large, they consider their situation right now better than anything they've had in the past.
Can
Better
I answer
than
that question?
anything that they can subject themselves to.
Can I answer the question you just asked?
Yeah.
Why are the Chinese not rebelling against their leaders? One, the Chinese, they have find out their history and they have come together as one to till their soil. Two, their leadership has vision, and their leadership bring to the table the truth and tell them that this is where we are going to. This is the map. We want to be a force to be recognized in the entire universe. That is the vision of their leaders. And the people subject themselves to that vision and they pursue it. That is the beauty you are seeing today.
The key
We don't have any leaders.
What the Chinese did was they had similar problems as we did, but a lot of those people were taken out. They were not part of the equation anymore. They removed them from positions of power. Some of them died, and they didn't have time for that. They lost 50 million people because of it, and that is how they did their own. Theirs was extremely brutal. They didn't have any. They literally went after their elders and their old people. They went after professors. They went after educated people, just to make sure that their nation is restored, the sanity is restored. Because what they felt was that the elders had misled them in such a way that the knowledge they provided them was, in a way, it was conditioned to a kind of support other people's ideas. In any way, that's what we are doing ourselves. So it tells you that education doesn't necessarily give you clarity on the direction the people should go. So after they did all that, if you have been the movement was wrong, they wouldn't have succeeded, isn't it? But look at what they went on and achieved. They built one of the most successful. As a matter of fact,
let me ask you a question.
Far more capable than any Western.
Let me ask you a question. What makes you to come to a conclusion that education did not have any impact on the Chinese people?
Oh no. The education we are talking about is conditioned education. Like it's not like the education is a problem. It's the conditioned individuals carrying out the education. Like our leaders now in Nigeria, they are highly educated. Many of our leaders are educated in Nigeria. The problem is that they are conditioned. They don't understand what is good for their people. They become subservient to others. So it depends on what you have, the kind of right education. First, the right education you have to have is you have to think for your people. You have to have geopolitical reasoning, and you have to also have the basic knowledge of education that normal education provides. But ours, we have lost the two. The two is only one we have, and that one that we have is clear that it's not serving us. There are many nations that don't have the one we have, but they are doing better than us because they have the other two. Because they don't care whether they are not that educated or they are very tall or they are very big, but they will fight you to defend their people. They will not tolerate anything, even if they are 5 foot tall. Look at the Philippines. Those guys, they are even tangling with the Chinese now. They are not having it. They don't care. If you tangle with them, they will tangle with you. But we as a people, you have a country of 200 million people, one of the most capable races on the face of the earth, the black Nigerians, and you see our leaders going to be begging foreigners. You need to see the face of those Uyibo people. They were confused. Like, what is this? I'm witnessing. They were embarrassed because they are not exactly leaders. They are not exactly prime ministers and all the rest. They're just individuals. And normally, they actually see us as a people. That's why sometimes when we call them colonial masters, some of them, when you go and say that in front of them, they'll be puzzled. Are you still there? We have moved on a long time ago, and you are still there. That is remarkable. And if you watch the face of those white people there, every single one of them, they couldn't say anything. They were just embarrassed. For our own national security advisor, literally begging them to come and save them from insecurity in Nigeria. From how many bandits? How many terrorists? You have millions of people at your disposal. And you are going to a country with 60-something million people when you have 200 million to come and save you. Forget it. And why do you think we are in that state? Because of this sorry state, the way we think. We don't want to free ourselves from all these bondages. And this is a time to do that, actually. There were times when it would have been harder. But this is a time to do that. When the whole world is realigning itself, we don't have a choice. We don't have a choice. We have to do something here. Because if we keep carrying on in this direction, where is it going to get us in the end? Where do you think we are going to end? Glory? I don't see that though. Because if I was a Igbo man, hey, what I'm going to do to us, hey God, you guys, your head will spin. What I'm going to do to us, and that's what makes me frightened. That's what makes me frightened. That's what gives me sleepless nights. That we are in trouble here. We just don't recognize how bad things are. Before the Berlin Conference, our forefathers knew nothing. They thought everything was the same. If you told them something was going to happen, they would not believe. Like I'm saying right now, they will not believe it until it happened. Because they don't understand those things. They don't understand global politics. They don't understand empire politics. All they understood was there is this Afenifere people or Modakeke people that are disturbing me, or there is this Dahome people. That's all our people do. They don't think on the macro level. The world is operating on a global scale right now. And if you don't operate on that scale, guess what is going to happen? Sooner or later, there will be consequences and you're going to lose out again. The pattern keeps repeating itself. How many times does it have to happen before we learn our lesson? I don't know. Maybe it's too late already. All I can say is what I'm seeing. The omens are the same. You have a multipolar world first. Then our people will mess about with that multipolar world. They will not take the advantage to free themselves like the Japanese did and all the rest before. And then we're colonized. Then again, another multipolar world came back again around the 60s. And everybody, the Japanese, the Chinese, all of them freed themselves. Everybody went on. We messed up with that one. And we are closed down again for another 2 to 3 decades. Now it showed up again. We are going to mess about with it again. Instead of us to take the opportunity that emerges now that the Chinese, the Russians, the Indians are in a way breaking away from the West. This is our time to break out of their control. Instead, our NSA leader is going there to beg them. when few months ago, just barely a month ago, a British official came to Nigeria. Basically, he was almost begging Nigerians, tell us what you want. Tell us the ambition you have for your military. Tell us what you want, please.
Naija.
And what did our leader ask for? Our leader was telling him, we want more training to learn to fly our drone,
Naija.
and we want a caterpillar to come and
To
save us.
Naija. See,
Oh, forget it.
I tell you, say our leadership, the problem we are. Look, it's not problem between you and I, or the Hausas versus the Yoruba, or the Yoruba versus the Igbo. It is not that's not our problem in Nigeria. Our problem, see, the leadership think they are doing us a favor by going up there to decide to tell our brothers that this is our mindset. And this is where they are going. They are pulling us to. But within you and I, me, you, the Igbo man, the average Hausa man, we love ourselves. We can agree on something. We're living in Benin, we're living, the Hausas, we're living with us. We agree on something. When we are doing our festival, they partake of it. They partake.
Of course.
So that's why I'm telling you that if you go to an average Nigerian, the average Nigerian is not the problem of the nation. It is the leadership. They are saying something on behalf of you and I that we are not. They are saying it and propagating it to people to hear so that we can be against ourselves.
See, I think it's a feedback group.
The average Hausa man,
creators.
The average Fulani is if you know them, they are very simple going. They love their cattle. They don't like wahala. They even give us milk from their cattle. They don't like, we play with them. They even guide our place for us against thieves. Then, but why? What made it to change? Is it that we fought ourselves? No. Is it that we were quarreling? No. It is the leadership. Okay, why is it that they are not making good deals for us outside? It is because they've seen us as a stupid entity that we cannot talk. They've oppressed us that we cannot talk. But they found out that this generation, they are different from other generation. The North, now I'm telling you, I told you this thing before, I don't know when. I said the North, the people of the North, they are going to be the one to liberate themselves. And it will happen one day. It must happen because history has shown that it is the people that come and liberate themselves and not we liberating them. All this trajectory you are seeing today that they are doing, it is going to collapse because the tide is coming. It is going to collapse. And the northern man will rise and see how they've stolen their own wealth in their land.
Well, I think we have to try to, like I said, reach out, have common ground with North, South. We have to form a new form of cooperation and maybe an ideology that we all can sign on to. That's the beauty of ideology. What it tends to do is contains different ideas that coalesce because they all believe that it's going to lead to outcomes that is beneficial to all the people that subscribe to it. And we have to come up with that because this way we have been going is clear. As much as we wish to see things change, it's not happening because we haven't made the last leap that needs to happen. And if we make that leap, you are going to see things transform very, very quickly. I think I will leave it at that. It's been a productive conversation. I think maybe I shouldn't have called people liars or stuff like that. I don't subscribe to that. Sometimes I do get into my own feelings too. I do have them. And so that's part of it. So I would like to take that back. I regret using such a language. But like I said, my opinion on this, I hold them and I feel like that is worth exploring. And if anybody thinks they have better ideas than that, I'm all ears. I am not here being welded to an idea as if it's correct, because I believe that every idea can be bettered and improved upon. And if everybody comes together, come have contribution with open minds, we can solve this problem. We have to. We don't have a choice. Thank you all.
Black Panther, good night.
Oh, good night, everyone. Oh, we are going to see the light in Jesus' mighty name, and everybody, we are going to liberate ourselves and find ourselves in a good position. May God bless everyone. We'll continue to struggle, and by His grace, we're going to see the light. God bless you all. Bye bye.